We're recording. Hi.
Hello, my name is John Wilker, Vice President of RPG Research, a 501c3 nonprofit organization that is dedicated to researching the effects of role-playing games in all formats and its potential use for educational, therapeutic, recreational, and professional means. And we also take the research that we use and bring it back into games. There are 5 different types of role-playing games or categories. And so who would like to go ahead and define those for us?
Okay, so we have tabletop, and that is traditional role-playing games. And then we have...
What's the acronym for tabletop role-playing games?
Acronym. Not anachronism.
TRPG.
Oh, I didn't think I said an acronym.
TRPG.
TRPG, 1 T only.
Or, actually, what is the original? It's just
Plain RPG.
Jeez.
So if you're mentioning
I said
tabletop,
it was the original.
Yeah, but if you're going to say tabletop, it's just RPG or TRPG.
Yeah.
Is it TTRPG?
Only if it's
Therapeutic recreational role-playing
If
game?
it's therapeutic tabletop role-playing game, yeah. Don't use 2 T's for tabletop role-playing gaming. It's just wrong. I don't care if you people think it's okay. It's wrong. There's no logical reason. It's completely illogical, and everybody's doing it because of feelings. And it screws up my RPG model. So knock it off.
All right, so
And then we have live-action role-playing games.
LRPG,
And
which a subcategory of is
LARPing.
LARP.
Yes, which is a word now, thanks to the OED since 2012.
Yep. And then we have electronic-based role-playing games, which includes computer and such of that nature.
Audio, computer, consoles, etc.
Yeah. And then we have solo adventure books and modules.
Okay,
And there's an additional one.
what's
Oh, and hybrids.
SABM, by the way, is Solo Adventure Book and hybrids, HRPG. Now, what we're going to talk about today is solo adventure books and modules, and we're going to actually play a board game, which would be an HRPG. It is combining the solo adventure book and module with a role-playing type thing because you do gain levels for your character. Everybody's going to be one character. We're all going to take turns with our parts in those characters. So if you can show on the camera there the books, this is a Choose Your Own Adventure books. There's 4 of them that she has in her hand.
We have shelves of them.
You know, we have lots of these. These are the actual trademarked Choose Your Own Adventure books.
Chooseco.
We usually use SABM, Solo Adventure Books and Modules, because Chooseco doesn't own every branching story in existence. There are ones like the Lone Wolf series and
The Shakespeare one.
Shakespeare.
We were
Sorcerer by Steve
graciously
Jackson Games.
donated the dinosaur aliens and I forget what the first one was.
Pirates.
Pirates? Yes.
There's also we have
And then the actual adventure
Middle Earth
books.
Quest.
Yeah. Which actually have character sheets, randomization.
Mark Youngmaker.
So the difference between a solo adventure book is solo adventure books, in the case of a Choose Your Own Adventure, you don't really have a character. The character is you, and you decide to go through things. You don't level up. You don't have to roll dice. You don't have to do any of those kind of things that a book. Now, the more complex we get, we have like Steve Jackson's Sorcerer.
We do have to roll dice or use the pages.
Or you can flip the page. This is the 4th book in the series here.
It's books and modules because of the layout.
Right. So a book, this is a layout of a book. Flip it open to a random page. You can see there are dice there. You have to memorize spells in this thing. You have a character sheet. You have hit points and gold and items that you collect. So it is more closely related to a module, but it is formatted as a book and a solo adventure book at that. Then we have full-on solo adventure modules that you are playing actual Dungeons and Dragons, following the actual playing with everybody else rules. It's not but they're adapted so that you can play it solo. Now they have a couple methods.
But more importantly, it's in the module format.
Yeah, it is. Again, it's the format.
Because they also have the book format, which also has character sheet and all of that.
Right.
So it's book, solo adventure book, solo adventure module. Choose Your Own Adventure isn't technically a role-playing game. It's just a branching interactive fiction thing.
Now there was a couple ways that they did these solo ones. The very early ones, you just read ahead and they didn't try to keep anything secret from you. Then we had the ones that had the invisible ink module. You had to mark in with your pen and show the answers. The problem with the ink pens is that this is a one-shot time. Once you've highlighted it and made it visible, it's permanent.
One of these was used so that you could see what happens. It was a copy of that one.
I don't see it here currently, but trust me, once you mark in with ink, it becomes permanent. Then they came out with the ones like Midnight and Dagger Alley, where they had a magic viewer, which where you use a red lens so you can read the hidden materials, and you can, of course, come back and do it again. Is that the one that's been highlighted? No, it's not. It's the same module.
No, it's way more.
Oh, I saw some. At least I saw a splotch.
Oh. Anyway.
So, the ones with the screens are better. I don't know if Hawk has a screen handy.
I do. Should be in there. The red card, it should be folded in. So it fell out. Great.
Don't rip, stop that! Damn it! Language. Alright, you can see the map, you can see the secret passages and all those things by using a red lens to cover it up. And
whereas this one goes more on trust. It doesn't use either the decoder pen or that. It just, it's like the Frank Menser book. It just goes on trust.
We're assuming you're not going to cheese that one. Yeah.
Yep.
This is what it looks like when you write it all in and fill in the blanks with the yellow. And these are becoming almost unreadable.
Yeah, a little bit.
Age. So these are good. Yeah, you can go ahead and show those on the camera a little closer.
And as far as I know, and we have to do the research, but as far as I know, what is the very first solo adventure module?
This one is highlighted a little.
The very first one?
Yes.
We're talking the 1987 Red Book with Menser?
Well, 82.
82. 1982 Red Book with Menser.
Menser.
Because
it has 2 solo adventures in it, learning how to play the rules and then how to DM. And so I don't know if there are any. There's Choose Your Own Adventure books, but I don't know if there are any with character sheets prior to his 1982. I don't know.
That's really hard to read.
Well, and the character sheet used for that, the 1982 Menser was the full-on character sheet that you would use in a regular D&D game.
Yeah, because this B Solo is 84.
You can almost reuse this now.
Yeah, like I said, it's faded.
So, there you go. And there's brand new.
Yeah, the one that we got given. Or are you talking about?
No. Call it Cthulhu.
Cthulhu has a new one.
It's over.
It's to the left behind the map.
Behind the map.
You can't see. Oh.
We did this on the air.
Yep.
Call it Cthulhu.
And that has a choose your own venture module in there. You're playing with the regular character
And you
sheet.
can buy additional solo.
There have been controversy. You got to be careful when you're saying the words choose your own adventure because you need to be referring to Chooseco, or Chooseco will sue you.
Sue you like Netflix.
Netflix is in trouble.
So that's why we use solo adventure books and modules.
I've got a stack of them.
Okay, so we have a nice good set here. So
you guys good to go? Or
yep, we're good.
All right, I'll go work on the operations manual.
Yay!
operations. Now we'll know what we're doing.
All the logins are now on the same.
Try not to watch this so you won't get distracted and come back and help.
We'll just stop the stream just for that.
Okay. Anyways, so I am running several of these training sessions and things like that without Hawk. And so Hawk can work on administrative things, and he's got a book to write. So we got to get those all taken care of.
Now, instead of you being his right-hand man, I get to be your right-hand man, woman.
You're on the left.
Pooh.
So she's your left-hand person.
The actual best term is shield person.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm a shield maiden.
She said it, not I. I don't identify gender. Let's not go there. Anyways,
Just did.
I know.
I did.
Yeah,
It's a
carryover from our talk show earlier. You just need. So, we're going to talk about House of Danger. House of Danger is the only choose your own adventure board game that I'm aware of. It was only 2018 when it came out. It actually went out of print because it sold out, and it was brought back into print recently. Hawk has a copy. I gave away a copy. I need to get another copy for myself. I enjoy playing the game. The mechanics of this game are really simple. Go ahead and flip the middle card over. That is the board we're going to play on.
Wow.
In the middle row is the numbers 1 through 6, and they go 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 6, and then a +2 psychic, and you start over back.
-2 psychic.
-2 psychics. Thank you. The danger level indicates what you have to roll on the dice. You have to get that number or higher. So obviously, the higher the number, the harder it is to beat that roll. You will find items during the game that will improve your chances of survival, because certain challenges, say, oh, I've got a crowbar. I'm going to have a +2 on my strength checks to open things up, that kind of stuff. Randomly speaking. We have story cards and we have clue cards. Before I go into that, we also have the border that goes completely around the outside. That's our psychic scale. 1 through 5, you're at level 1. 6 through 10, you're level 2, all the way up to level 5. Different things happen at different levels. Now, that is actually the danger. It goes there. The pawn goes there. And the reason those weren't actually placed down here before we started is because of the first mechanic that we have to deal with. You're playing the part of a psychic detective in this game. And that's why your psychic level goes up. And so actually, we need to flip that card over. And I'm not going to explain any more of the rules because it'll become self-evident, and I'll explain it as we go along. Now, is it safe for me to move over there to be on and still be on camera?
Yes.
Yep. All right, because then I can
ready.
participate. Now, this is a strange set of rules. This is we're actually all playing the same character. This game is meant for one or more players. And basically, when you're playing more than one player, everybody just takes turns reading, but we only are controlling a single character in the entire storyline. There are 5 chapters. Each chapter is supposed to take approximately an hour. It can take longer or shorter depending on who you are. Your mileage may vary. So the reason the image is up there is that we are supposed to spend 2 minutes staring at that image and absorbing it. This is a nightmare that we're having, and it'll be explained in the rules there. But we're supposed to spend 2 minutes before we flip it over and start playing. So, who wants to time us for 2 minutes?
Focus on the background.
This is the image here. I'm going to pick it up and put it right in the camera just so that the audience can see what it looks like.
Here. I've got a...
Okay. Pull it back a little bit. Yeah, it turns out. That's what our camera looks like. So that's the image that we're all supposed to stare at. She needs to hold that for the next 2 minutes. No, just kidding.
I was going to say, my neck's really going to hurt. We're going to have hell of migraine.
When we will do this thing, we'll take a permanent picture of it or something like that so we can have it on the screen. When the audience is doing audience participation, We will be running this 8 p.m. on Friday the 5th, and we will be running it as an audience participation. It'll be kind of a fundraiser, so we would like people to start donating and participating in it. The audience members will be making the decisions on which way we go. And it'll be from 8 to 11 o'clock. I may be the only one in the studio, but we will be playing. I'll hopefully have a couple people just to help me with the tech work.
I'll be here.
I'm incompetent. Awesome. So have you guys been staring at that for about 2 minutes now?
Oh, no, I've been staring at...
About like 1 minute?
Mm-hmm. Well, I've been staring at the picture.
It does not say so in the rules, but if you take a break between chapters, which makes sense because it take you 5 hours to play this thing straight through, I would refresh your memory on this map, this image. My wife, when we played, she actually took notes. Whether or not you feel that's cheating, that's up to you. But I do know that in real life, people wake up and they write down notes for a dream diary, so it's something that can happen. We have a few more seconds of staring. Hope everybody notices the finer details of the hidden images that you cannot see. No.
Can we take a second and pass it around so that way we each get an actual look at it?
A little closer look? Sure.
Okay.
We'll spend a few moments. Everybody take a look at it. That's the 2 minutes. So everybody go ahead and just take a quick glance so you can catch some better details. I've looked at this thing too many times for me to actually...
Just cheat.
Yeah. Well, it's not cheating. I have a partial memory. I can remember my name on most days. So, there you go. It is cooperative. We're all working together for the same goal.
Although John is facilitating.
I am facilitating because I have already run this first scenario twice. Which means I will not be making decisions. But I will start off with reading the first part. And then we'll just pass the cards around between you guys, and I will explain things that you need to change. So,
Flip it over?
Flip it over. Put the pawn on the 3 on the level of my psychic level.
Pawn.
The cube on the 3 of the lowest level of that dangerous level, and that's our starting thing. We will be rolling the dice. That's in dice rate. It's just a 6-sided dice. You may or may not be able to see our dice rolls. I'll see them. That's all that matters.
We'll tell you.
Yeah, we'll tell you. We're not going to lie about this. When you have your story deck, which is the one that's on the right over there, you must always keep the book cover covering the deck so that people don't read ahead. First, we're going to reveal the first couple cards because the first couple cards are how it continues. And I happen to know that it takes both cards in that order. Yeah, so I'm just saving a little time. Each card does have an illustration on them that we will try to present to you guys once in a while.
You can just hand it to me after you read it.
Yeah. Chapter 1, The Grounds. This again is the House of Danger. Cooperative adventure. It is Tuesday morning in late June, and you wake up in a cold sweat. The nightmares came again last night. Even though you're an aspiring detective and psychic investigator, you haven't been able to make sense of the haunting dreams you've had these past few weeks. In your dreams, you keep seeing the same spooky house. You're still shivering under the covers when you hear the phone ring downstairs in your basement, where you have your combination office and research laboratory. You dash down to the lab to answer it. I need, a weak voice says when you pick up the receiver. I need your help. You hear a loud click, and the phone goes dead. But you were prepared. While the caller was talking, you activated your high-speed telephone tracing device. It instantly displays the caller's number, 555-7259. You call back the number right away. The but there's no answer. After consulting the tall stack of reverse phone books behind your desk, you are disappointed to learn the number is unlisted. You sense that the phone call is somehow related to your nightmares. Later, while at the Hedgebrook police station, to return a nightscope you borrowed for a recent stakeout, you describe the mysterious phone call and your recurring dreams to your friend, Sergeant Morrison. The call does sound strange, he says. We'll look into it. And about that house in your dreams another voice. About that house in your dreams, a voice says from the hallway. I wonder if you're dreaming about the Marston house on the Hedgebrook Road. Detective Murphy sticks his mustache face into the room. Modern house? Ornate gate? That sounds like the Marston place, all right, says Sergeant Morrison. Strange things are reported to happen out there. Detective Murphy takes a puff on his pipe. That place is haunted, he says. I know it sounds unprofessional, but I've had a file on the Marston house for years, and I'm sure of it. He waves a folder in front of your eyes, and a phone number written on the front jumps out at you. It matches the one from your mysterious phone call. So, the call is related to your nightmares. Your psychic senses was right. Draw clue number 26 to discover your goal.
Is that the end of that card?
Nope, that is not the end of the card. It's just a break in the card action. So, go to the clue pile. You draw card number 26. And Chapter 1 goal. Get inside the Marston house. There you go. All right, that goes at the very top where it says goal. That's to constantly remind us why we're still running amok. All right, so you might want to lower. I know you probably don't want to lower it. I know you can't see the goal on the audience cannot see the goal, but we will let you know if anybody asks.
Can you zoom out? I know it's zoomed in.
Maybe if there's less things. I got properties. It'd be really nice if I could see what that says. Are you sure it's zoomed in?
Well, look at what image it has.
Oh, yeah, it is zoomed in. How do I? Huh. Okay.
You might want to go to the other computer if you're going to fiddle with things you can't see.
Okay. I'll be back. You continue and
I kind of like it that size, but you know.
I just a little bit larger. Not how big it is.
Okay. Oh, you're going to make more of the image visible.
Yeah.
All right, good. Now, back at home, you grab your bottle of water, and you can show that into the camera, and your trusty pocket knife. These are literally it's called SK, these are your starter kits. Flip one of the cards over. You can see SK1 and SK2. I would rather they listed them SK1 than the water bottle because it's in the order that you read these, but you know, hey, that's nitpicky. So, the water bottle. Keep this item. Discard at any time to lower the danger meter by 3. Pocket knife. Keep this item. It has punch plus 1. So that's a fighting symbol. And if you get into a fight, you can add that to your challenge booster. Now, the only problem with adding that to your challenge booster is, so I add this over here. So instead of having to roll a 3 or higher, I have to only roll a 2 or higher. But if I roll a 1, no matter how many boosters I have, or how powerful the booster is, you automatically lose. If you have a booster in play when you roll a 1, you lose that booster.
Because it breaks.
Or the monster stole it, or whatever. There's a reason for it. But you lose it because you roll a 1. And you lose the challenge. We will deal with challenges as they happen. Now, so back at home, we grabbed our bottle of water and our trusty pocket knife, preparing for a new investigation. Half an hour later, you stand before the Marston residence, which appears exactly as it did in your nightmares. The house's futuristic look is a strange contrast to to the antiquated appearance of the stone wall and the wrought iron gate, which is locked shut and wrapped in steel chains. Even though the air is balmy, a chill travels down your spine. The gathering clouds on the horizon hit at a brewing summer thunderstorm. Now, you guys need to make this as a decision amongst you. If for some reason you can't make a decision, I will make the decision, but I don't think that's going to be a problem because there's 3 of you. There really shouldn't be any chance of a tie. If you search the wall for a way in, go to story card 13. If you climb the gate, go to story card 7. Show the card or not, doesn't matter. But it goes in the discard pile when you're done.
I go up to go down. Down to go up.
Okay. So, as a group, you guys need to decide, are you going to look for a hole in the fencing or another way in, or are you going to just climb the gate and get right in?
I vote we search for a way.
I'm
Not claiming.
I'm with you.
I am too.
Okay, so everybody else just wants to search for a new way in, so go to story card 13.
There you go.
Well, no.
Do you want me to read it?
That's how it works when you're playing as a group. Besides just voting, each player takes a turn reading. I'm going to sit back and watch and interject where necessary.
Moving along the mossy stone wall that surrounds the property, you come across a jagged opening created by fallen rocks. It's just big enough for you to squeeze through, though. Once on the other side of the wall, you find yourself standing in a cobblestone plaza surrounded by marble and bronze figures. Most of the sculptures depict men gazing off into the distance, as if pondering the deeper meaning of it all. But at the edge of the courtyard is a monumental statue of a man atop a muscular steed. To your right, a stony path leads away from the statue, or the statuary, and into the picturesque garden, where topiary bushes have been trimmed into whimsical shapes. If you inspect the statue of the man on the horse, go to story card 4. If you walk toward the topiary bushes, go to story card 15.
So, statue or topiary? Topiary. Bushes.
Bushes.
Shrubbery.
I need a shepherd.
Me. It's just a little bunny rabbit.
I vote statue. I vote statue too.
Okay, statue. So, card number 4.
And then you'll be reading next.
Yep.
Good thing is you don't have to use voices.
Yay!
There you go.
Oh,
Well, you have to use a voice.
Oh, okay.
Your voice.
Does it have to be my voice?
No.
Okay, well, too bad. The horseman is a dashing, bearded Civil War soldier, his bronze face stoic. He holds out a cavalry saber toward the brooding sky. The sword's edge glints in the weak sunlight that penetrates the thickening clouds above. The sword looks almost new. At the base of the statue is a plaque that proclaims this as a memorial to Henry Marsden. The plaque reads, Henry Marsden, born 1839, died 1887, general in the Union Army during the Civil War, severely wounded at the end of Battle of Shiloh in 1862, appointed warden of Hedgebrook Prison in 1880. To your left is the entrance to a hedge maze. To your right is a graying picket fence with a rickety wooden gate. You can see 2 stone angel statues, and beyond them, a cemetery. Optional challenge. Search the monument's base. Optional. Or climb the statue to examine the saber.
You can actually do both challenges in either order. But after you've completed your challenges, then you go down to the bottom.
Should we climb the statue?
I kind of want to examine the saber.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay,
are we starting the dice like that? So
we can do that.
okay.
Now, so let me explain how this works. Climb the statue to examine the saber. Win, you're going to draw clue number 2. If you lose, you'll raise the danger meter by 2, and then you may try again. If you had the symbol here is a climb symbol, the symbol up here is a search symbol, your eyeball versus the climbing person. If you have a piece of equipment that aids with those items, then you could utilize that to give you a boost. You don't have that. So since you don't have either an eyeball or a climbing person, then you have to roll a 3 or higher to succeed.
Okay.
A 2 fails and a 1 always fails.
Hold this up before I fail.
Oh, jeez.
Way to have confidence.
I'm not confident in my
I know.
rolling on this side of the screen.
It's okay. It's only okay. That's 2. You
A
failed.
2, she
Okay.
did fail. So what you have to do is raise the danger meter by 2. So it's 1 and 2 slots. Now everything's still out of 3, but another failure will bring us up into the 4s. Do you guys want to try again?
I want to because in the dream image there was a saber in the middle of the pool.
Okay.
Yes.
Do it.
Let's do the saber thing.
Saber tossing. No, that's
Yay!
Yay!
5. Okay, so you succeed.
Clue 2.
We get clue number 2.
Spoilers.
Spoiler alert. There are other cards. So here's clue number 2. And since this was your card to read, you can get to read that one.
Cavalry saber. The saber comes loose in your hand. It's heavy and quite sharp. Your psychic senses tell you this is an important item. Keep this item. Move forward 2 spaces on the psychic scale.
Okay, so over there, move the pawn to 5.
And finish story card. Oh, that's this one. Okay.
So you put that over here with the equipment that you own.
Yeah.
Actually, she shows it on the camera.
Okay, and then. So that's a finish card for us. Does that mean we can't do the other one, or?
No, this is still, you're still on card 4.
Okay.
You can do both of these challenges.
Okay.
So to finish the card, you have to complete all the challenges that you want to complete, because they're optional. There are mandatory challenges that you'll just have to do. So this is an optional one. If you want to check the
Monument space.
monument's base.
Yeah,
Why not?
Okay.
we're already up there.
So it's your turn to roll, and we will tell the audience when you roll. It will be a number, I promise. 4!
We
Yay,
succeed!
So we have to draw clue number 18.
You should just keep those, John, since you're facilitating.
Okay, I will. Well, you want to hand me the story cards too?
No, because
No.
we're reading one.
Good. Okay, so I will just read clue cards. I will facilitate by controlling the clue cards and doing the readings of the clue cards. That way, my voice gets some practice. All right, bonus story choice. When you inadvertently press a hidden switch, the statue slides to one side, revealing a cement passage. Place a new story choice below at the bottom of the story card. The option may be considered when you are making your story choice. Well, I think since he's playing, he should sit here.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
that makes sense.
And then that means he's going to be the next reader. I will kind of facilitate from over there. You guys are going to, I will answer questions. So you take this card and you put it down here at the bottom,
Oh, okay.
and that tells you what your new choices are.
Gotcha.
By the way, let me double check to see if there's anything that gave us any things. Place the new story card. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so no psychic stuff went up and no danger levels got changed.
Okay.
So just go ahead.
So our choices are: if you enter the hedge maze, go to story card 12. If you visit the cemetery, go to story card 21. Or if you want to see where the hidden passage leads, go to story card 28.
How about one will ask you?
I will be your tiebreakers now that you have 4 people. But I have to go sit over here, or I will be out of the reach of everything.
I'm thinking secret passage. I mean, we worked so hard to find it.
Yeah. How about you, Dan? Secret passage or cemetery?
Cemetery.
Oh no! Let's just do
wear
the secret
skulls.
I was
passage.
gonna choose the secret passage.
I wear skulls.
I
That's
know,
not
I
even
do
a
too.
fair question.
I do too. My work bag is completely covered in it.
Don't mind.
I have a skull. I tend to carry it with me wherever I go.
Yeah, but does it belong to you?
Yes.
Was it
otherwise I-
originally yours?
Yep, I was born with it.
Okay.
Okay, so
Even though my shirt
it's underneath
is a
of the
skull.
memorial, so it might be a.
Gary Gygax will not be found in this memorial. I'm sorry.
It might actually be a tomb. So I think maybe the hidden passage.
I'm just gonna go with what everyone else is.
Okay, well, I'm going with the hidden passage.
Hidden
Okay.
passage.
Okay.
How many people voted for the hidden passage?
3.5.
3.5?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I voted for
Or is it
either one.
3 because we actually got 2 and 2 halves?
Yeah, probably. So,
Okay,
what,
so-
28?
We're going to explore the hidden passage.
Mm.
Oh, actually, so what am I doing?
Read
it.
that.
Chapter 1, 28. You creep through the darkness and find that the cement walls end as the natural stone and earth begin. Occasional vents to the surface let in just barely enough light to see by. Ahead, you glimpse the warm firelight of torches.
We have the Twitter feature. We're going to watch for that.
You come to a fork in the tunnel, lit by the dancing flames. One tunnel descends deeper and is
Too far.
half filled with water. You could swim through it, but you can't see where the tunnel leads or how far it goes. Another tunnel looks partially caved in. Tiny clumps of earth periodically fall from the ceiling as you approach this tunnel, and several of the supports that hold the walls up have gaping cracks in them. Continue on back. If you dive into the water-filled tunnel, go to story card 22. If you explore the partially collapsed tunnel, go to story card 16.
I go to tunnel. What do you guys
They're
think?
both tunnels.
Okay, the collapsed one.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too. So,
I was thinking the water,
okay.
I don't trust the collapsed tunnel
Okay.
having already been collapsed, so I'm going to go with
Okay.
the water.
Okay, we have 2 for water and 2 for partially collapsed tunnel. Take the water.
Okay. Taking the water. So, what's that?
22.
22.
Mustering all the courage you can, you dive into the watery tunnel. There is just enough room in the tunnel above the water for you to lift your head between strokes and take a breath. Eventually, the tunnel drops lower and lower until it's completely submerged in the water. You hold your breath and dive down and look at it. After about 30 feet, the tunnel opens into a bigger body of water, a pond or pool, with sunlight beaming into it. You pop up for air. Well, I've come this far, you think. You're ready to chance it. You take a deep breath and dive back down. You get 10 feet in, 15 feet in, 25 feet in. Just as you're about to exit the underwater tunnel, something tugs on your leg. You can't tell if it's an animal or if you're caught in an underwater vine. Required challenge. Fight or escape. Win, draw crew 20. Lose, danger meter by 4, and try again.
Do we want to use the pocket knife and or cavalry saber?
Probably the pocket knife. Save the saber, just in case we get in that one.
So, what's going on?
So you have to beat the danger meter of 3. So there's only D6. And since we're using the pocket knife, you get to add 1 to it. And you have to get it.
So 2 or higher will succeed.
We did not succeed.
So you got a nat 1?
Yes.
That means you automatically fail and you
said-
lose the dagger.
And you said
I mean,
increase
you
by
use
4.
the knife. No, a different over the clue pile. Put the knife under the clue cards. It's a separate discard pile.
2, 3, 4. Oh, that's not good.
Alright, so if we lose, we have to try again. So, I'm guessing we should use the sword at this point.
Yeah, probably.
Or you could just not use anything and just try.
To get a 5 or a 6. Or
Oh.
we could do this and try to get a...
A 4, 5, or no, a 3, 4, 5, or 6.
I think we should use
Oh, by the way, hey guys, before you make a decision, you do have a water bottle.
Ooh, that would lower it by 1. So the only
No, it'll lower by how much? Read it.
well, it would lower it the number we have to
The
get. to.
number you have to roll, but it also puts you further back on
Yeah.
the thing. So it's a basically think it was a healing potion.
wanna-
Do you want to drink the water underwater, or do you?
I was
We'll just
waiting
save it,
for
get the
that.
sword.
Okay.
Okay, gotta get at least a 3. That's not at least a 3.
What is it?
2.
2. Okay. It is a failure, but you didn't lose the saber.
Yep. So,
Wait.
4.
Oh, keep.
Okay.
Wait, why don't we lose the saber?
Because you didn't roll a natural 1.
Oh,
I'm
right.
sorry, guys.
3. So now we're up to that.
Okay. So when you hit that marker, you have to reduce your psychic ability by 2,
Mhm.
which puts you back at the beginning.
Mhm.
Now put the danger level all the way back to 3
Okay.
at the beginning. So now you're starting over at a new danger level. You lose your psychic.
Back to 3.
There are clues you
Yeah.
cannot get unless you're
Is
psychic.
it
No, all the
well?
way.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah, it is. Put it there. That's why this arrow's pointing to it.
Yeah, the arrow's pointing for where you start the game at.
No. Because we started the game at the bottom.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you see. Okay, yeah.
sorry
Good.
for
That was something I had not noticed and did not implement in the games I've done before, but now I will implement it correctly.
We can still use the sword, guys. We didn't
Yes.
lose it. So.
Just
Okay.
don't roll a 1.
Oh jeez, you're leaving it to me?
Yep.
Well,
all you have to do is not roll a 1.
It's your turn. Your turn.
I'm having flashbacks on my gaming table.
Okay,
Well,
see,
you
so,
know.
so now all you have to do is just not get a 1. And you win.
Ah!
You win.
Is there an extraordinary success?
No, there isn't. Unless there's a card there that says,
Okay.
you know,
So we finally get to draw clue 20.
Hmm?
You want the clues?
no.
Okay.
It's just too much for this handing back and forth stuff that we'd have
Makes
to do.
Okay.
No matter what, you have to hand it
This
to me.
thing,
though.
whatever it is, wraps more tightly around your leg. It's pulling you down. Another tendril or tentacle slides around your neck. You pry it off, and with the last of your strength, you give a powerful kick and you're free. Just like that, the thing is gone. You merge into a swimming pool with a lush pool house next to it. Lower danger meter by 2 and go to story card 23.
Okay, give me that. You gotta do 23.
Sorry. Actually, you have to read it.
That's
Oh
right.
yeah, that's right. Ah,
You do get a turn.
I have a turn.
Gets
Okay.
discarded.
It's obvious that nobody has cleaned the pool in ages. The water is murky, green, and the surface is littered with leaves and branches. Ripples pulse outward from the center of the pool. Out of nowhere, you hear a commotion. You look around and wonder if it's coming from inside the pool house nearby. Then you see movement on top of a gazebo in the distance. Someone or something is engaged in a struggle up there. Maybe they need your help. Then, again, if you offer assistance, you might end up helping or needing help yourself. Optional challenge. Investigate the ripples in the pool.
Want to do that?
Yeah, what the heck? We got time.
Well,
I mean,
what's the other option?
Well,
Because
no, it's just an
It's an
optional
optional
challenge,
challenge,
so we
so
don't
we
have
can
to
try
take that. Those aren't the options.
okay.
If you
And
don't
we
take
do-
it,
we get a
you
clue.
lose. It's called the price of opportunity. You lose the opportunity to do it by not doing it. But
Okay.
there's no other penalty.
3. Guess who didn't get at least a 3? This guy.
Okay.
By 2.
Do you want to try again?
I raised it by 2. You want to try again?
You didn't succeed?
No, because you have to get at least a 3 and I rolled
Can I use the saber?
No,
Nope, that's not a fighting challenge. It's an eyeball.
Use a saber like there in the ripples.
we need something with an eyeball.
Oh,
Yay! Okay, so we need clue card 8.
5.
Now remember, you can only die once. Not true. Not true at all.
You walk down the steps into the water and see what's making the waves. A strange whirling metal sphere, slightly bigger than a softball. You impulsively grab it. The sphere vibrates in your hand. There are 2 buttons on it. You press one, nothing happens. You press the other button. The sphere continues to vibrate. Instinctively, you press both buttons at the same time. The sphere stops moving and begins to glow. Draw clue 21.
Oh, I was like, why did you draw clue 21?
Please put the clue deck closer to the board.
Not that one.
Yeah, correct.
This card found.
Whirling metal sphere. Your psychic senses tell you this is an important item. Keep this item. Move forward 3 spaces on the psychic scale. Finish story card 23.
If you go into the pool house, go to story card 11. If you go straight to the action at the gazebo, go to story card 9.
Well, I think we should help the struggling person.
I think so too.
What are the options again?
Go into the pool house or help with whatever's on top of the gazebo.
Help.
Okay, so we need story
Nothing
card
bad
9.
ever happens from helping.
No good deed goes unpunished. Whatever.
Then I must be a saint.
You sprint to that gazebo, practically pushed along by the winds that are picking up. A light sprinkling of rain spatters the ground as you run. You make it to the shelter of the structure, and the mayhem occurring above you on the roof increases in intensity. Who is up there, and what are they doing, you wonder? You notice a driveway about 20 feet away. If you are level 2 or higher... Oh, we are level 2 or higher on the psychic scale. Draw clue number 27. Ow. It didn't hurt that much. It's the last one.
It always sounds like it hurts worse than it does.
Ooh, look at that. I don't know what that is. Okay. who
Well,
wants-
you need to look at it and figure out what you think it is.
Well,
It looks
it's,
like
a,
a
it's a door
doorknob.
with a doorknob.
So
You guys
what
should go
you
with
got
that.
there is a psychic impression. This is your psychic abilities kicking in. How you interpret your psychic impressions is up to you.
May I take a look at that?
Everybody should be able to take a look at it.
No. Okay. If you climb to the top of the gazebo, go to story card 10. If you run into the driveway, go to story card 30.
And you'll keep that psychic impression throughout the game. You know, you can always refer to that whenever you want.
10.
Gazebo or driveway?
Gazebo.
Gazebo, why?
Wasn't the commotion happening at the gazebo?
It was
Yep.
happening on top of the gazebo. On top of the
9.
So, yeah.
10.
Oh wait, that was story card 9. Oh, we didn't show the...
Sorry. There's water in the middle.
There's water. Go ahead.
You stand on the gazebo's railing, steadying yourself by gripping an ornate post holding up the roof. The rumbling above sounds and feels frightening. What are you getting yourself into? Reluctant to barge into the middle of this situation, you raise yourself just enough to peek and discover that there's no one on the gazebo roof. The commotion is actually a large satellite dish broken into 3 pieces. The big, jagged fragments are still connected to the base of the base by wires. The violent winds are spinning them in a circle with great force. Flailing wildly like an angry octopus, the satellite dish almost hits you in the face. You might be able to grab a piece zooming by. Required challenge. Attempt to grab a piece of the satellite dish. Win. Draw clue 22. Lose. Draw clue 17.
I get at least a 3.
3.
And what is that challenge, by the way? What's the symbol by it?
Climbing.
Climbing.
I mean, we don't have anything to just that.
Okay, that's not a success.
So we don't succeed. What one did we get?
17?
Grab clue 17.
Clue.
Clue 17.
Dang it.
Clue, that story.
I know. When they said it, I'm like, shoot.
So, have you shown the card to the screen yet that he's using?
Okay, it's a bunch of words.
Your fingertips graze a piece of the satellite dish, but you can't quite grab it. You reach too far, lose your balance, and tumble from the gazebo and down a short hill. Your confusion from the fall slowly subsides, and you hear the sound of a beautiful violin nearby. You stumble off in the direction of the music. Raise danger meter by 2. Go to story card 17.
Now, sometimes you have, if you've already done a card, which you haven't done, sometimes you have to go into the discard pile to get to the card that you need.
All right.
Because sometimes you have return trips to the same spot.
Makes sense.
You murder.
You move further and further toward the hypnotic sound of the distant violin, which is oddly calming and uplifting, even as the winds increase around you.
I don't trust it.
You notice there's a driveway up in the distance. Before you get there, you arrive at a horse stable. I didn't know that was coming. With an open gate. Inside, sitting on a stool, is the source of the violin music.
It's a radio.
A chimpanzee playing his heart out, a soulful expression on his face. The chimp is fully committed to the music. You've never heard such an emotional performance. It's beautiful. If you leave the stable and run to the driveway, go to story card 30. If you tiptoe through the gate to experience the full power of the performance, go to story card 24. And
Driveway.
this is our musically inclined chimpanzee.
So when we show the cards to the camera, let's just only show ones that have images.
Okay.
Just because it's boring to look at a bunch of text that nobody can read.
I vote monkey.
I vote driveway.
Dark monkey.
I vote driveway.
Dark monkey. Dark monkey.
Oh.
You know you want it.
I've seen the type of destruction that a monkey can do. Driveway.
Yeah, I got 2 votes driveway, 1 vote.
3 votes driveway.
3 votes driveway. Okay.
30. No, we're
It's
going
my
to.
turn.
I'm not
We are
about to
going
disrupt
to
that
30.
monkey.
You're going to the wrong one.
We're losing subscribers.
Oh, you're going to 30?
Yeah, driveway.
Yeah, you really didn't.
Oh, Chapter 1 achieved!
Yay!
Okay, I'll read. You appear in a driveway, which leads you to the mansion entrance. On the door is a plaque that reads Morrison's, and a large crystal door knocker, which seems newer than everything else on the front of the building. You knock loudly, many times, but there's no answer. The storm is really picking up now. You try the doorknob and are surprised to find that the door is unlocked. You've been lucky enough so far, but you wonder if you've missed something. Before you enter the house, you look back. You can see a few clear paths. One leads towards the sanctuary, another to a small cemetery. 2 more paths stretch out toward a watery ditch with a gate and the house's luxurious pool. You could go back to explore if you want. And then this is all if you return. Can we go to the cemetery before we go in?
Check out
The card 21.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta have voted, man. So, wait a minute. Did you read what you have to do before you can go back to the cemetery?
Oh no.
Gosh.
There are items in this chapter that will be useful later in the story. You can take a risk and go back for anything or any you missed by following the following choices below. If you head to the sanctuary, raise the danger meter by 2 and go to story card 4. If you head to the cemetery, raise the danger meter by 2 and go to story card 21. If you head to the ditch, raise the danger meter to 2 by 2, go to story card 26. If you head to the pool, raise the danger meter by 2 and go to story card 23. Otherwise, you may advance to Chapter 2 and keep all the inventory items. I really want to go to the cemetery.
Yes, I say cemetery.
What is cemetery? What is that for? No, 21.
No, 21. No, yeah, 21.
And you get to read it.
I do gotta read it. Yay!
The one person who didn't want to go.
Crossing between a pair of stone angels, you enter an old family cemetery. There's a marble mausoleum in the center of the cemetery. A short set of stairs leads into its shadowy interior. Next to where you stand, a freshly dug grave yawns in the pale sunlight. It's unsettling to think of climbing into it, but you see something shiny embedded in the dirt walls.
Not the shiny.
If you enter the mausoleum, go to story card 5. If you climb into the open grave, go to story card 16.
Well, that's a hard choice.
Open grave.
Open grave?
Shiny, yeah.
It's really shiny.
Which number?
It'd be 16.
16. Here you go, Dan. Read it like...
I guess we're gonna have to come back to that one, so I'm gonna leave it.
Without warning, the earthen walls begin to collapse around you. Before you can react, you're up to your waist in dirt. You writhe and twist, trying to escape, but it only causes more soil to cascade down. Soon it's up to your shoulders, then your neck, then your cheeks. You struggle to spit out the soil as it fills your mouth, but within moments, you're fully buried. You can only see the darkened earth in front of your eyes. Your hand closes around the metal disc, perhaps a coin. You'll never know. Though, as soil fills your lungs, the world wavers and goes gray before finally turning black. The end. Move back one space on the second scale and return to the previous card.
Okay. So go ahead and show the image. When I played this was my second death.
This is our first.
Do we want to climb to the open grave
That's
again?
why.
Yes.
That's why when dirt starts falling in around you, you don't move. You reassess and then try and get out the way that's the most stable.
No, you don't go into an open grave. That seems pretty straightforward.
No.
No, you reassess.
Shiny stuff.
Are we entering the mausoleum then?
Yes.
No, we're going to go get the shot.
Story 5. I just want to go to the
Okay,
next
so
chapter.
we're respawning now.
You're gonna need this.
The mausoleum interior feels musty
yeah,
and
yeah.
cool. Something is dripping from the ceiling and landing in the corner with a plink, which is odd, given that it hasn't started raining yet. You also notice the mausoleum is bigger on the inside than the outside suggested.
It's a Gallifreyan mausoleum.
Something's dripping?
A stone sarcophagus
You gonna lick the
lies
blood?
before you
No, just let
in
it
the
go.
center of the
Where the
chamber
liquefied body remains.
with the word Marsden carved into it. It appears that others have been in the mausoleum recently. There's a freshly dug pit to the side of the sarcophagus, and an elaborate tunnel has been dug into the ground beside the nearby wall. You can see that the tunnel is lined with cement.
Tunnel.
2 optional challenges. You can search around the sarcophagus.
Yeah.
You win, you draw a clue 23. If you lose, you raise the danger meter by 1, and you may try again. And that is an eyeball challenge. The other one is a fight challenge, or strength challenge, whatever. Optional challenge, remove the stone lid of the sarcophagus. Win, draw clue 16. Lose, raise danger meter by 2. And apparently we cannot try again.
Okay, let's try the first one.
Sir,
Because I'm bad at rolling.
should we drink the water?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drink the water. This
It's
is
not the one coming down the side.
Yeah, no. It's a bottle of water. Okay. We lost.
And the good news is nobody attempted to use any gear.
Because we
Of
don't
course,
have any.
You don't have any gear that's worth using. But hey, at least you survived.
Let's try it again.
Did you increase the danger level?
I
appropriately?
did. It's what? It's another fail.
But it's not a 1.
Correct. but it's not a 4 either.
Do you want to do the first challenge or move on?
Well, there's 2 challenges.
Yes.
Yeah, right now we're working on this one to search the sarcophagus for a clue.
Just search until we can.
Search around the sarcophagus, excuse me.
We can.
The other one is the strength challenge.
We can only fail 6 more times, right? Before we have to go back.
Then you have before it all
It gets
resets.
easier.
Yeah, but your psychic ability goes down,
Yeah, I know.
which may or may not be a bad thing.
So if you want, we can use the sword and that'll boost it by 2.
You.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
it's not a combat challenge.
It has to be
Oh,
combat.
never mind. That's not a punch. That's a brawl thing.
Strength.
Brawn.
Okay.
And it's a strength.
So do you want to try that one again?
Searching.
Searching? Around the sarcophagus?
You have a 50% chance of succeeding.
I've got a 50% chance of succeeding with either.
Yes.
I'm gonna try the removing the stone lid.
Okay.
Yay!
We were-
That way, it
16.
doesn't get further.
Okay. So draw a clue 16.
Okay.
And you're eaten by a lich.
Yay! Lich!
Bonus story choice. It takes some muscle, but you manage to remove the lid, and are surprised to find that not only is there no body, but an opening to a secret passageway offers yet another way out of the mausoleum. So you place the new story choice below at the bottom of story card 5, and this option may be considered when you make a story choice.
So I say we continue trying to
Get the other.
get the other one
Searching.
and then use that one.
Okay.
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 Pay attention to what numbers they tell you to go to.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So that works, right?
Or,
Four?
yes, that succeeds.
Okay.
Which one?
So that was for
3.
yeah. So yeah, clue 23.
I don't think we should go to the secret passage one.
So clue
Why don't
23.
you think that?
Hey!
We've already gone down secret passage
You
one.
get a large wooden dowel. You find a large wooden dowel. Your psychic sense tells you this is an important item. Keep this item. Move forward 1 space on the psychic
Back into
scale.
purple.
You're level 2 again.
And we finish story card 5. Or we're supposed to finish story card 5. So this now gives us
Ooh, strength.
a strength thing.
Found
So
that first.
we can climb into the pit, which was dug on the side. We can.
You're not supposed to be looking back through the thing to see which ones you did.
What
You're
number?
supposed to just remember what
I'm not
number.
saying anything.
If we climb into the pit that was dug at the side, that's card 16. If we travel through the tunnel, we go to story card 28, or can take the secret passageway and draw clue 24. I think we should take the secret passageway because secret passageways are always cool. And we get another clue.
I think secret passageway.
I think secret passageway.
Okay, I'm gonna vote it again.
Sorry,
Alright,
Riley.
so clue
Fine.
24.
You.
That's clue 24.
Clue
You
24.
gotta do
Oh,
clue
clue 24.
Aha,
I
I'm
thought
the
it
only
was-
one that did it.
You gotta pay attention to that.
Okay.
Spoilers get given out that way.
So you travel through the tunnel for what
Wait.
feels
Oh, okay.
like forever. The light disappears and the tunnel eventually ends. You feel frightened and trapped. You want to run back and try the other routes of the mausoleum. Before you go, you feel around in the dark. There's nothing in front of you or to the sides. But you discover a mossy hatch in the tunnel ceiling. You turn the handle, and the hatch opens onto a grassy patch at the entrance of a hedge maze. Go to story card 12.
I did not want to do the hedge maze.
Too bad.
And now we get to do that.
Why? Did you watch The Shining one time too many?
No, I watched the labyrinth until I was.
Were you trying to hedge your bets?
I know what happens in hedge mazes. Hands touch you all over.
You make that sound like it's a bad thing.
Or should I say leave it alone?
Okay.
Barking up the long tree.
The hedge maze is massive. It's Its thick hedge walls are twice as tall as you, but doesn't seem stable enough to climb. So you'll have to solve the labyrinth the old-fashioned way. Keep your hand on the left.
To the right.
Or,
Doesn't matter.
okay. You take a deep breath to steady your nerves and head through the maze's entrance. If you go left, draw card 9. If you go right, draw clue 1, or clue 9 or clue 1. Left or right?
Well,
I go right.
I was going to go right because it's right.
Yes.
Right.
One?
Right is 1. 1. You turn and follow the path for several minutes. Wait. This looks familiar. Raise the danger meter by 1 and draw clue 11.
Oh, that's good. My favorite.
You keep going and going. It seems like you've just walked in a circle. Raise the danger meter by 2 and draw clue 12.
This is a good time. Clue 1.
You feel you might be getting close to the end of the maze. Go left, draw clue 13. Go right, draw clue 14.
Right again.
Right.
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 14?
14. You'd think you'd be better at this is best.
Somebody got a
You'd be
fumble
better
and
at
add
this
20
now.
simultaneously.
Raise the danger meter by 2 and draw clue 13.
Okay, this is fine, right? 6 is totally normal.
So,
Six, what's it?
what was that?
13. You'd think you'd be better at this by now.
We chose the wrong one.
Finally, you see it. The end of the maze. Go to story card 18. Now I can stop reading.
We're only at 6, okay? So that means we're gonna.
Oh, you, yeah,
you
no,
know,
I don't,
you just
I'm handing it
read,
to Dan.
18 card, okay. You finally come to the end of the hedge maze. It exits towards a pool house. A short stone pedestal stands in front of you with a metal lockbox on top. Perhaps someone wants to reward you for navigating that accursed maze. The whole thing does seem suspicious. Looking toward the pool house, you see its doors barely hanging from its hinges. There's also a gate that leads, you assume, directly to the pool. To see if the lockbox is open, draw clue 3. Do we want to see if...
That's an option, free action.
It's a free action, so we can do that if we want.
Yes.
Okay,
we're
free
doing
action
that.
means you don't have to roll to succeed. You automatically succeed.
We now have a truck key. Not only is the lockbox open, but inside you find a key to a truck. Your psychic senses tell you this is an important item. Keep this item. Move forward 2 spaces on the psychic scale and finish story card 18. If you explore the pool house, go to story card 11. If you walk through the gate to check out the pool, go to story card 23. Pool house, because you've already
Yes.
been to the pool.
Pool house.
11.
So, this is the 3rd time I've played this, or at least watched it played. The same result happens. I'm wondering if you guys will get to the point where you actually find the map to the maze. Everybody always finds the map to the maze after they've done the maze.
Dang it.
Of course.
Spoiler alert!
Is it alright? Or left?
The correct path?
A left and a
I'm
right?
not going to tell you until you see the map. Or we're done. One of the two.
You can tell that the pool house was quite luxurious. It contains half a dozen private rooms with showers, as well as an ornate mahogany bar in the common area. It must have been fun to hang out in this place in its glory days. Those thoughts fade as the sounds of a disturbance erupt from the top of the gazebo in the distance. And now you can hear a lone violin playing a soothing melody.
So, because you have to do one of them again. Either go back to the violin or head
Do
to
you
that
want
gazebo.
the monkey, or do we want to try and get the
Thing that's flying at you.
Yeah, we gotta roll a
Satellite
6 to get
satellite
the
dish.
Satellite dish.
satellite dish or monkey?
I guess we do monkey.
I think monkey.
Monkey.
Monkey. Which card?
Follow the sound of the violinist. Story card 17.
It's right here.
Sell it.
It is beautiful.
Yeah, you don't have to read the whole
So on and
thing.
so forth, so forth. Chimp is playing. It is beautiful. If you leave the stable and run to the driveway, go to story card 30. If you tiptoe through the gate to experience the full power of the performance, go to story card 24.
I think we're gonna end up dying if we go to the monkey. I mean, it's a monkey.
We already tried the driveway once.
That's
Yeah,
how we go
that's-
to the chapter 2.
That's how we can get to
So
chapter
we can
2.
either go to chapter
Yeah.
2 or we can go to the monkey.
Well, we're at 6 right now. If we fail, we drop down a psychic level. And
Okay.
we can then eventually get to the driveway at an easier danger level.
If we fail, then we don't drop to the next psychic level because we only drop 2 and we'd still be in
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go to the monkey.
Yeah.
The funky monkey.
24.
Brass monkey.
Funky monkey.
His name is Bubbles.
Michael Jackson reference.
God.
Okay. Is it my turn to read?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You tiptoe through the open gate, eager to hear the finale of the champ's violin piece.
I didn't hear you.
With your third step, you trigger a motion sensor. Light that completely illuminates the interior of the building. Apparently, this is not a stable. Or this is no stable. It's a kennel.
Oh.
20 Doberman pinchers were peacefully enjoying the concert. But now they're glare at you in anger with their eyes. The chimp frowns and slowly points his violet bow towards you. The Dobermans respond and rush to attack you and then eat you alive. The last thing you see is the chimpanzee violinist laughing at your fate. So embarrassing.
Okay, so I believe we died.
I told you we would die.
Again! That's yours.
Move
death
back
number 2.
one space on the psychic scale and return to story card 17. So we go into the driveway, which returns us to which story?
It's beautiful. Go to the driveway. Story card 30.
Doesn't matter. No, it's right here. I got it. Aha.
Okay, so we can either try and do other things or go back. But if we do other things, we go down to level 1.
So we can go to the statuary, which we've already been to, or we can go to the ditch, which the only place we haven't been is the ditch.
Yeah.
I don't think it's worth it.
I think
That's no.
Okay,
We're
perhaps
ditching the
let's-
ditch.
Skip the ditch.
Okay,
we're
so
ditching the ditch.
because you skipped the ditch, I will tell you that's where you find the map. To the map to the maze is in the ditch. And it's left, right, left.
Up, down, B.
It's just left, right, left. That's how you get out of the maze.
Yeah, but
All right, so story cards, put them in the right order and put them in here.
Okay.
Clue cards, all the clue cards in the right order should be put in here except for the ones that you're using, because you can keep those.
Weird how that works.
In this case, go, yeah. Up. And when you put them in, you put them in this way.
Okay.
So, I need the cover. The book cover always goes on top, so we go back there. Boom! Chapter 2. And clue number 28, because those keep staying in order. So you'll find that the numbers keep getting higher. Clue 28, number 32, etc. Everything moves up. Just like going through a real book. Each chapter doesn't start with number 1 or some silly thing like that.
I told you it was a dark monkey. There's no such thing as a good monkey.
and
It's
I
very specious.
In horror games or choose your own adventure or anything like that, there is no such thing as a good monkey.
Or if there is a
We
good
call it the monkey jack.
What was that one monkey?
Ting! Ting!
It's supposed to be it was a horror movie where the helper monkey went crazy. A guy was stuck in a wheelchair and had to have a helper monkey do things like.
That's a
things
bad
like-
one from the 80s, right?
Well, bad is subjective, but yes.
Whose turn is it to read?
Well, I just read the ending.
Oh, okay. The Mansion, Chapter 2. You made it. You're inside the Marsden house, the cursed edifice that has haunted your nightmares for weeks. Your trek through the mansion's grounds has left you with far more questions than answers, to the point where you have to wonder if the smart move would be to turn around right now and forget you ever came to this infernal place. You're no quitter, though. You're an aspiring detective and psychic investigator. You won't give up this case until you find out why a spooky, futuristic mansion you've never seen before has somehow found its way into your dreams, and why you got a call from the house this morning. You're standing in a grand foyer. Its modern decor is elegant in its minimalism. Suddenly, a man in a delivery uniform bursts through a set of tall double doors screaming, "Help! Help! They're after me!" The man cries. He rushes towards you, but suddenly drops to the ground as if he had been hit by an invisible hammer. You dash to his side and hear his breath coming in short gasps that sound almost like sobs. He gives a terrible shriek and lies still. This man has been frightened to death, you think. Just then, he inhales sharply, jumps to his feet, and bolts past you and out of the house. You breathe a deep sigh of relief, so not quite to death. Something falls from his clothing as he makes his exit, and it hits the floor, tinkling. You kneel down to inspect the object and discover that it's a small dart, the kind that might have come from a blowgun. Whatever this man was afraid of, his fear seemed to have been justified. Just how dangerous is this house? As your thoughts swirl, a loud buzzing noise erupts from somewhere beneath your feet, shaking the floor. The noise is so loud it drowns out the gathering storm outside. Just as quickly as it came, the noise stops. It sure sounds like something weird is happening beneath the manor. You're willing to bet that whatever is happening in this place, the answers will wait you down there. You don't see any way to a lower... draw clue 57 to discover your goal. You don't see any way to a lower level from the foyer. Rather, a sweeping stairway leads upstairs, while the double doors that the frightened man ran through head off to your right, and a smaller door, slightly ajar, leads in the opposite direction. Chapter 2 goal. Find access to the basement. If you take the stairs to the second floor, go to story card 39. If you go through the double doors, go to story card 51. If you walk through the smaller door, go to story card 42.
Which one is the one he ran out of?
The
I
double
think
door.
the double doors is where he ran out.
Small door.
Small door.
So also, look at your clues. You have a psychic clue there.
There are two.
A psychic clue, the premonition.
Oh, this.
Now, I'm not saying that's actually useful or that's what it means, but I interpreted that was important when I read it. Now,
It's one door.
I'm also disappointed that you show the picture of the dart.
Yeah.
But
You don't get it.
you don't get the dart.
He's gonna see it.
That should have been a clue card. In my opinion.
But you don't have a blow tube.
You could throw it.
You can
It's
stab it.
fairly easy to make
No,
one
when
of
we were
those.
playing.
But the darts and blow guns are typically kind of small and useless.
So
unless
you
got
just grab a straw.
Actually,
straw.
when I was working at CompuSA, I made a jury-rigged blowgun. I took a piece of metal tubing, some butcher paper, and a
We don't
Paperclip?
have a pin.
well, not even a pen, just a paper clip. Unwound it.
I know, but I'm
We
just
could
saying.
we could hollow out with our
With-
saber the
Oh,
end
yeah.
here, and then it becomes a.
Okay, that's silly.
Anyway,
Anyway,
Spark Central. Go hug the goblin.
I'd say smaller door.
Yes, I vote small door.
Small
Small
door?
door. What-
you always could hug
42.
the goblin. He becomes your friend.
until he
Yes,
does
thank you,
how he
Adrian,
eats.
for that.
Oh,
Well, eat your
there.
face.
He has that small knife.
Like I said, until he eats your face.
Ooh.
Okay. You enter a parlor, which is decorated with a more old-fashioned way than you've seen in the house so far. Rich cherrywood paneling covers the walls, and dozens of exotic animal heads are mounted there. Unfortunately, not a chimpanzee one.
Aww.
Some Marsden ancestor was quite fond of hunting, or, at the very least, taxidermy.
Are we sure we're not in the White House during Nixon's?
Or Teddy Roosevelt.
Teddy Roosevelt.
Teddy, that's what I
Yeah.
was thinking of. But Nixon also had taxidermy.
Each of the trophies features a single expression: fangs, beard, and savage eyes that make the animal look ready to leap from the walls and pounce on you. The effect is quite unsettling, but you also sense that they might be hiding something. There are two ways out of here. One passage that leads into an adjacent library, brimming with books, and a tightly spiraled iron staircase going up.
Library.
Optional challenge: search the animal heads. Win, draw clue 31. Lose, draw clue 41. After challenge, make the story choice below.
Okay,
Do we
so
want to?
Oh, absolutely.
I feel like we're definitely going to fail.
Is it my turn?
Someone's turn, but we have to get a 6. So
What kind of a thing is it?
Win.
it's looking.
It's a psychic. It's an eye.
Yeah, we don't have an eyeball.
So,
Someone who's better than me. No, no,
Spoiler
no.
It's your
alert.
turn.
if you went a different direction, I can't tell you where, because you guys played this, there is a pair of binoculars that give you advantage on searching things.
How does that help me search through?
And there's also a different thing. If you get the flashlight and you use a battery,
Did you get a 6?
I got a 6.
Draw clue 31.
I think you can read that.
I get to read this.
Roll is 6.
Inside the sharp-toothed jaws of a mounted cheetah head, you find a battery. It could power a flashlight, or a taser, or who knows. Keep this item. Finish story card 42.
Okay.
You gotta choose it.
Yeah. Do you want to head to the library? Go to story card 45. Or you want to climb the staircase? Go to story card 36.
Library. Because I don't think going up a staircase is the best way to the basement.
Maybe we can find a copy of the Dresden Files.
yeah, no one's going to be
Let's
upstairs.
go up.
Not a sponsor.
Oh, so which
But
one is
library.
Library is
42?
45.
Yeah, you never know what clues are upstairs.
There's no answer to the world. Yeah.
that? Is there 42? We already had 42.
We did?
That's the one that you just read from.
Oh, it is. That's the answer to the world. Is a battery.
That makes sense. Most of the books lining the walls of this room appear to be first editions of well-known classics. To help reach the tallest shelves,
I picked Dracula.
there's a wheeled ladder that can slide across the room. A silver door is on one wall. One book, Introduction to Psychic Dreams, Visions, and Limericks, catches your eye. You wheel the ladder over, climb up, and grab it. As soon as you pull the book from the shelf, a catch releases, and a hidden door opens on the other side of the room. If you are level 2 or higher on the psychic scale, draw clue 42.
Aha, another.
So maybe it's another battle. And here. See? That's the book that we pulled.
I thought you got to.
I don't know if that showed up. You might want to hand it to
I
her
was
so she can show the card.
Yeah,
sorry?
I'm right here. I got bigger.
See, we pulled the book and it went.
Ding. Quick.
Ooh!
What is it?
It's a psychic impression of a flooding bathroom.
Wow.
Here.
Floating back.
So they can,
Actually see it?
with a really long old-fashioned
Whoa.
tank at the top of the room.
The gravity tank.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
My friend had one of these in her bathroom.
So, if you go through the silver door, go to story card 58. If you go through the hidden door, go to story card 44.
44.
Yay!
It's me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my god.
There's a card back.
This is a book. I didn't think there were books. All right.
We're in a library.
Choose your own adventure book.
This is a board game.
And you are in the library, as he pointed out. You kind of have to assume books.
Card game. Well, no, it has a board, so I guess it's a board game.
It is a board game. It even says so on there. Well, actually, it says it's a cooperative adventure game. It doesn't say the word board game.
Entering a child's playroom. Oh, that's creepy. Okay.
You'll find out why.
You find a giant, overstuffed toy box resting against one wall. And in the middle of the room stands a dollhouse, which appears to be a perfect replica of the Marston house. Can I just call it? I think that this is going to be one where you do something to the dollhouse, and then it happens to the house. Calling it. It's cliche. It's going to happen. Okay. As you approach the dollhouse, you notice that the walls of the playroom are covered with shelves full of porcelain dolls, their eyes peering down at you. It is difficult to break their gaze. The eyes seem to draw you into the blackness of their dead stares.
So, little segue here. My mom had a room full of a bunch of dolls, and my sons refused to sleep in that room when I went to visit her.
That makes sense.
I wonder why.
Makes perfect sense to me.
I'm not judging them.
Not looking away, you feel yourself shrinking, smaller and smaller. Soon the dollhouse seems to loom over you, even more frightening than before. Although they have never moved from their perches, eventually you're the size of a doll yourself, and you stand on the playroom floor beside a replica of the Marston house. From where you stand, you can see the front door of the dollhouse. Into the door of the dollhouse, go to story card 49. There's no other option.
Show the picture.
It's creepy!
I'd recommend in this replica we do not go into the room behind the library. Or we'll go subatomic.
Ooh, that sounds
What
fun.
do you mean? That sounds like a perfect idea.
Yeah, I agree with Dan on this.
We don't have the
So you didn't call
flux
it, by the way.
capacitor to get back.
No, I didn't call it. I was wrong. They didn't choose that cliche. They went, honey, we shrunk the kids.
The creepy version.
The creepy version.
The dollhouse entryway has doorways leading to a dining room, a parlor, and a bedroom. Before you can think about where you should go next, something distracts you. There's a force at work here, a presence you can't ignore. Something, or someone, seems to be calling you, drawing you onward. You can tell this dollhouse is a hub of psychic energy, a nexus of weird power. You'll need to stay sharp. To go to the dollhouse dining room, go to story card 35. To go to the dollhouse parlor, go to story card 57. To go to the dollhouse bedroom, go to story card 41.
I think at this point we need to ask ourselves, what would Scooby do?
Parlor.
Yeah, he
Dining
might say
room. Dining room. Hello.
I
Roll.
was joking.
Scuba snacks.
Number.
35.
Scoop.
I miss. I'm irritated at the
Ooh.
Scooby-Doo Mystery Inc.
Ooh.
What?
Creepy man.
No, don't show creepy man. Read before show.
Oh, it's Burger King. It is creepy.
No, he's just a king. He doesn't have burgers. He has drinks.
Dan.
Oh, it's my turn to read.
Everybody gets a turn, man. Different. I'm just the commentator.
You were worried
I-
we weren't going to get enough people.
Yeah. We by the way, I have played through this chapter. I've not played after that. You're on your own. I can't even give you hints.
Yay.
So
I-
you'll be joining us, and we'll be passing you cards at that point.
We'll see.
Seated at the head of the dollhouse dining room table is a doll wearing a crown. It's a doll king with oddly compelling glass eyes. They sparkle with a kind of dark power. As you look into those eyes, You sense a strange tingling in your mind. This doll is reaching out to you mentally. You don't know why, but you feel that he wants to fight you. On the plane of pure thought. You sense this could help you strengthen your psychic abilities. Around the dining room table, 2 doors lead to other rooms inside of the dollhouse. Optional challenge. Overpower the doll king with your mind. Win, draw clue 56. Lose, raise danger meter by 3. You may try again.
Let's
You
go
can
for it.
only raise it by 1 because you're gonna mess with your psychic a little bit, but it can be worth it.
If you go to a dollhouse parlor, yeah, so you want to try?
Yep.
You have to get a 6 or better?
Yep.
6. Really?
Yes.
Sweet.
Okay, what do I do?
Draw clue 56.
Nice.
Does anything go up or down? No.
No.
It doesn't lower your danger level?
No.
Okay.
We just suck at 6. Got those 6s.
We needed 2s, we were rolling 1s. We needed 6, and we're rolling 6.
You project your thoughts at the little king, like light through a magnifying glass. You focus on the doll's mind, narrowing your thoughts into a tight beam. Finally, when you can hardly take it anymore, the doll blinks. Doing a staring contest? You won. Keep this card. Move forward 2 spaces on the psychic scale. Finish story card 35.
Keep that.
We keep this card?
Yep,
Yeah.
keep the card.
Okay.
Does it say something epic at the bottom?
Nope.
We're doing a staring contest.
We just
with a
have to
doll.
keep it.
And we won.
That's almost as hard as doing a story contest with a cat. But
I
Dolls
try to
harder.
make my cats blink. I'm like,
Well, it's easy with the cats. You just
Just
cheating.
Well, they can't cheat back, so it's perfect.
I don't know. My
realize
cat
that,
does this.
The
I look at
uniform
her
for this
too.
group is glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah. The uniform for this group is glasses.
I think we should all have to shift our glasses over.
No, that
No,
sounds
no,
like
no.
a headache.
no.
Please don't
I
make my
feel sorry
headache worse.
for Sean over here because
I'm legally blind. That will hurt you.
I'm pretty much blind as well.
I'm
See, that's
nearsighted.
perfect. Am I? Am I?
Where you can see.
Young.
No, I'm nearsighted. I'm like, what can I do?
Okay, so we can go to the dollhouse parlor, or we can go to the dollhouse bedroom, which is story card 57 or 41.
Bedroom?
I was going to say parlor.
Parlor?
Well, you said...
Well, we almost were going to go to the first time. Let's go to the parlor.
Yeah.
Parlor. I get the sense that if we go to the bedroom, it will
57.
reverse the transition because we
Into a bedroom.
we shrunk in a bedroom.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. A piano takes up one corner of the dollhouse
Or
parlor.
maybe we shrink again.
A doll sits on a piano bench wearing a crown and a rich red gown, hands poised over the keys. This is the doll queen. Even though her back is turned, you feel as though she's daring you to face her in some kind of
Bizarre.
Bizarre!
VR.
bizarre piano contest of the mind.
Dun, dun,
Perhaps
dun.
accepting the queen's unusual challenge and defeating her will increase your psychic skills. You notice a painting above the piano. It depicts a solarium and is so spellbindingly realistic you can't help but reach out your hand to touch it. You're amazed when your hand disappears into the painting and you can touch the solarium on the other side. This painting is a magical portal and it might be your only way out of the dollhouse. Optional challenge.
Yeah.
Battle the Doll Queen in a psychic piano duel. Win. Draw clue 30. Lose.
Cross or roll 6.
Raise danger meter by 3. You may try again.
So when we fail, we will... Wait, what do we get if we win? +2?
More psychic abilities.
Yeah,
You-
plus...
If we win, we draw clue card 30.
Oh, we don't know. Dang it.
Okay, so Yeah, I see only positives here.
Yeah.
666.
Yeah! That's the third 6 in a row!
Get her done, that's right.
What do we got?
I'm trying to lower the danger level.
See? We just need a little stress to perform. We are storming and performing. Take that, Hostile.
Okay, you can't let us down when you roll.
I'll probably roll like a -6. I'll roll a 7. Break the dice. All right. The queen's hands don't move, but you hear her incredible piano playing swirl through the parlor as fast as the wind. Now it's your turn. Reaching out to the piano with your brain, you weave notes into an intricate manic waltz, even faster and more beautiful than the queen's. Your music dances through the room. The queen's crown falls to the floor. You've bested her. You win.
I know exactly what we played. We played Flight of the Bumblebee Swarm.
I was going to say
thinking
Ballroom
it was-
Blitz, but we'll go with that.
Flight of the Bumblebee.
I saw
gonna
a
say
guy
Chopstick.
play Flight of the Bumblebee in like 2 minutes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Keep this card. Move forward 2 spaces on the psychic scale.
Yes.
And then we have to finish story card 57. So, do we have clue 50?
No, you do not.
Oh. Okay. We can go to the dollhouse dining room, which we've already been, or we can go to the bedroom, which is in 41. Now, since we don't have clue 50, okay, if we don't have clue 50 and we want to draw the portal, or want to go through the portal, we have to draw clue 55.
Wait, what portal?
The one that
Painting.
the solarium painting portal.
Oh, let's go.
Why did I not
Bedroom.
hear that? What am I?
Yeah, I think
Portal?
we should go to the bedroom because we're missing something, and I think it's a trap.
Okay.
It's a trap.
Okay.
We need to find some way to lower
What
this.
number am I grabbing?
Clue 50, you said?
Clue 50? No. If we don't.
Oh, yeah, we don't get clue 50 yet. We're going to the
Yeah.
ballroom, so that's...
Yeah, bedroom. Yeah,
Bedroom.
41.
So, yeah, story card 41.
That's me.
Is there a picture to show on that one?
Oh, yeah, this is the queen. A very scary looking queen, actually.
Oh,
Kind of robotic and scary looking.
she's a doll.
She's an Auton.
Okay. I'm sorry, I read ahead.
You cheater.
The dollhouse bedroom is filled with miniature furnishings, which are now full size to you. A cozy chair, a dresser, a lamp, and a bed. Lying in the bed, its head on the pillow, is a stuffed mouse. It's so lifelike. You catch yourself thinking you should step quietly so you don't wake it up. Your psychic sense starts to pulse. You get the feeling that something very important is hidden in the bedroom. Free action. If you are level 3 or higher.
Yes.
Yes! On the psychic
Magic
skill.
sixes.
Draw clue 50!
Ha-ha! Aren't you guys? Yeah, if you hadn't done the other psychic contest, you wouldn't have gotten this.
Nope.
Yeah.
We gotta roll 3 6s.
Clue 50. Oh, the Marson family ring. You sneeze, waking the mouse, which scurries away. In the bed, you see it was sleeping on top of the Mars family ring.
Marsden.
Marsden. In your tiny state, it is as big as a truck tire. You must roll to move it. Your psychic sense tells you that this is an important item. Keep this item, move forward 1 space on the psychic scale. Finish card 41. If you go to the dollhouse dining room, go to story card 35. If you go to the dollhouse parlor, go to story card 57. So we're going back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's only the solarium left.
Okay, so we've debunked Her Majesty, or decrowned.
Crown.
Decrowned. If you have clue 50 and you want to enter the magic portal, draw clue 47. You'll have to use all your might to throw the ring through the portal before jumping through into the other side, where you sense the portal's magic will surely return you to normal size. Require challenge throw the ring through the portal. Win, lower the meter by 2, and draw. Lose, raise the danger meter by 1, and try again.
Okay, so we can either use this.
No.
Or come
No.
on, get a 6. Get a 6.
6.
We believe.
6.
It's
Six.
Wait, what happens if we lose?
It goes up by 1.
It goes up by 1.
No,
Which means you lose
down
2
to-
psychic, too.
Yeah.
We can
But we'll stay at level
Stay at
3.
level 3.
We'll
Yep.
stay in level 3, so it's fine.
6.
The only thing that's going to happen.
Oh.
Ah, is it that one?
No.
This is 2. Yeah. You could have used your bar, and you would have... No.
No,
Nope.
because we'd need 6, and we've only
Okay,
got a 4.
so now
So-
I'm
Well, you
gonna
could have
roll
gotten
this,
a 4 and made it, but that would.
and I'm gonna use the bar.
Just don't get a 1.
Yeah.
And you will succeed.
Anything but a 1.
Oh!
Mine.
Why did you say that? You just lost your strength lever.
Okay, that's our first clue discarded. Okay, so increase by 1?
2.
That was only 1.
Oh, 1. Yeah, I'm right. You're right.
Okay. So I got a 4.
I'm sorry. I'm bad at this.
Okay. Increase by 1.
Oh my goodness, guys!
We're really bad.
6, 6, 6, 6, boom!
Yay!
Yay!
What clue is it?
55.
55.
But you still have clue 15. You got out.
I guess
Sure.
I'll read it.
And it goes down by 2.
You take a deep breath and jump into the portal. A pins and needle sensation spreads over your body as you travel the dimensional pathway. When you reach the other side, you're standing in the solarium you saw in the picture. You've returned to your normal size. Go to story card 48. You get a read now.
Yeah, okay. Why did we lower our psychic scale again?
Because
Because you,
Because we lost.
because you went all the way up to the thing where
Oh, right.
your danger level got so high it hurts your psychic brain.
That makes sense. Okay. Once you've entered the solarium, you notice how the glass panes are in angular shapes that create a spider web pattern across the ceiling. There are clay pots with exotic plants on every flat surface.
is there water below it?
Welcome, you hear a female voice say. We are so glad you found your way here. An elderly woman in a long black dress and white apron glides into view from behind a wall. She appears to be the housekeeper. She raises one finger and curls it towards you, beckoning you. We've been expecting you. Come this way, she says. Something in her voice makes you freeze. This might be trouble. You notice something shiny tucked behind a tropical shrub, but you'll probably have to deal with the housekeeper before you can investigate it. You glimpse an art gallery beyond the solarium. Optional challenge. Attempt to excuse yourself. If you're level 2 or higher on the psychic scale, add 1 to your roll. In addition to any challenge, we don't have any of those. Win, draw clue 39. Lose, draw clue 53. And if you do not take the challenge, continue below.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
It's way better.
It's your turn.
No, we only have to get a 2 or better, because we have the +1 from being level 2.
Right, okay. Do it.
I just rolled.
You do it.
Yeah, you just have to not roll a 1. Right? It's easy.
Stop saying that, because that's every time you say it, you're all
Okay, roll a 2. Yeah, okay, good enough. That works.
What did he roll?
4.
Okay.
It's definitely good enough.
Okay, so what happens?
39.
Are we going after the shiny again?
Yes, actually.
You calmly explain to the woman that you'd rather not go with her, and she returns to tending her plants. You grab the shiny object before leaving and find that it's warm up to the touch. Your psychic senses tell you this is an important item. You slip away to the art gallery. Keep this item. Move forward 3 spaces on the psychic
It
scale.
looks like a lightsaber.
It's a large metal rod.
It looks like a lightsaber.
I should probably show that. Okay,
It doesn't give you any bonuses, though, right?
No,
Well,
but it looks like a lightsaber. Story card 32.
If you really back to 48. If you really run away to the art gallery, go to story card 32. If you ignore her and leave through the solarium door, go to story card 55.
We've already read card 55, haven't we? No. That was the little card.
So what, art gallery or what's the other choice?
I kind of like the art gallery.
Solarium door.
Let's go for the art gallery.
32.
It's the scary woman from our dream,
She's
too.
not, she's kind of sketchy.
Stepping into the marble-floored art gallery, you're amazed by more than 100 gold-framed paintings, plus countless abstract modern sculptures on pedestals. Wow. It actually says wow.
Yeah.
The entire collection must be worth gazillions.
Gazillions and billions and millions!
Gazillion dollars. Too bad you got no time to admire any of it. You're eager to keep moving. French doors lead to the study, and a doorway leads outside. You can see a pathway leading to an attached structure that appears to be a mother-in-law apartment. Premonition. If you are level 2 or higher on the psychic scale, draw clue 54. If you walk through the French doors to study, go to story card 33. If you take the path outside the mother-in-law apartment, to go to 46. Clue 54.
Ooh,
It's a safe.
Okay, what are our options?
Do we go to the French doors or the mother-in-law apartment?
Mother-in-law, because it might have a bathroom?
Yeah, but the bathroom floods.
Yeah, that's flood.
I say we check. Go through the French doors.
Dan?
I'm gonna say mother-in-law. I'm not.
Guess we deal with the mother-in-law.
Okay, you could have said
So that's 46.
yes.
Okay.
Stabbing each other. Ah!
Saber 70.
No, these are cardboard cuts. This is how thick this is.
Mm-hmm.
You take the pathway to a wooden apartment with a quaint front porch. No one appears to be home. You try the door and find that it's open. You enter a room that's entirely dark except for one candlelit corner, where you see a leather desk chair turned away from you, with someone sitting in it. The chair slowly swivels to reveal a chimpanzee wearing a monocle and holding a ballpoint pen, looking you square in the eye.
See, there's our ballpoint pen.
Looks like you interrupted his work.
Oh, come on, he's gonna have a Doberman, right?
The chimp calmly places the pen on the desk and removes his monocle. He cracks his knuckles and stands up. It's go time, and this chimp is going for you. The chimp pounces.
Dun, dun, dun.
Required challenge. Fight the chimp.
Oh no, it's my roll!
Win. Lower danger meter by 5. Oh, this would have been helpful a while back. Lose raise danger meter by 3. After the fight, the chimp scurries away. You notice to your left there is a large metal door. So, yeah, fight.
Okay, do we want to use the saber?
Fight.
If we use the saber, you just have to get a 2 or better.
I
Okay.
think we should
Or-
use the saber.
Okay,
Okay, I'm sorry if I lose this one.
just don't get 1.
Oh!
You got it.
Three!
So lower it by 5, you say?
Yeah, so in other words, just bring it all the way. No.
It's fine. We'll just put it at 0 for now.
All right, so the chimp runs away. You notice to your left that there is a large metal door which looks completely out of place here.
I don't understand that. You just defeated a chimp with a saber, and he ran away.
I knighted him.
He's an undead chimp.
No, he's an armless chimp.
Yeah.
And there's
Scared him.
also-
I gave him the
Yeah.
X on his face.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, let him read. Let him read.
There's also a walkway leading toward what looks like the study in the main house, which is where we basically just came from. So a metal door, or go back to the room that we were
Metal
at.
door.
Metal door.
Okay. So if you open the metal door, go to story card 60.
Oh, yay! Yay! We
Oh, there's no
win!
picture on
I
it.
gotta read the winning card again. Okay. You shove the metal door open. When you close it behind you, clang! It sounds like the door to a jail cell slamming shut. You turn to check out where you are. There's an elevator. You get in and press close door button. And finally get a moment to catch your breath. You can't believe what you've been through so far, but this elevator should be your ticket to the basement, and that should bring you one step closer to uncovering the mystery of the sounds you hear when you first enter the mansion house, or Marston House. Now that you know where the elevator is, you wonder if you should go to the basement now or go back and investigate everything you might have missed.
I think we should just go down.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Alright.
We've had enough fun. I don't want to meet any more monkeys.
I just want to see what we went
Okay.
to.
Okay. There are items in this chapter that will be useful to you later. You can take a risk by going back. If you go upstairs hallway, raise the danger meter by 2 and go to that story card. If you go to the main building or main dining room, raise the danger meter by 2 and go to that story card. If you go to the solarium, raise the danger meter by 2, go to that story card. If you go to the gallery, raise the danger meter by 2 and go to that story card.
I think we're in a good danger level and a good psychic level. I say we
Plus,
press on.
we've done all of those.
All
No,
but
we've
the first
not
one.
gone to the upstairs hallway.
Oh,
We
yeah.
didn't go to the dining room. We went to the dining room in the dollhouse.
Yeah, that's, yeah, okay. So let's, yeah.
Moving on.
We need 3.
Okay, here's the sleeves. You know what to do by now?
Who's left?
There's lots of clues left. So,
Plus, you realize we only have an hour left, so you might as well
Sure.
move on as far as you can, right?
And plus, now you can't help us.
I only had one opportunity to help you the whole time
Did you? No.
I did.
Oh, thank you.
because the other option would have been death.
Wait, which one was?
That was so bad.
Which one was that?
Three.
The first entrance.
Oh, here we go.
The double doors. Or...
No, this was
Double
on this level. I didn't need a chance to help you. It was in the beginning.
What made you help us with death?
I told you to go to the pool. I think. I can't remember right now,
I don't think you did. I don't
but
think
I know I broke a tie, and I sent
you did break the tie.
I broke the tie, and I told you to go someplace that would
The watery versus the crumbling, the tunnel. Right?
Yeah, I kept you out of the crumbling tunnel because the crumbling tunnel would have killed you.
That makes sense.
crumbles?
It crumbles.
As
tumbles
the
for
cookie
you.
crumbles.
It tumbles for
That's
you.
me right now.
Let me see you.
I've actually got a good group going, that Wednesday night group.
When you see a meme about playing D&D when you don't have a gaming group of your own.
They've actually showed up 2 weeks in a row. They've all showed up. And,
Cried.
I mean, they're all really fun players. And I feel like I've got a pretty good group going right now.
I love my group.
And I think we're actually going to go all the way through the Lost Mine of Fendover. And then they'll probably be level 5 by the time we finish that. And I was going to try my other, the thing that I wrote up on them.
Oh wait, I might have given you chapter 3.
Although I was going to look,
Well, here's a funny thing.
might hit DM's
Oh look,
Guild and grab
there's plastic.
a level 5 through. Ooh, it hasn't been opened yet.
We may. Oh, you need to borrow my knife?
I think I can get it. No.
Right, you get a knife now.
No, we lost that
Use
already.
the saber.
You lost your pocket knife.
Use the saber. Do it. Just
Yeah,
have a saber.
that's right. Use the saber to open a small pack of cards.
Just cut
What
it in
did
half.
you know?
again.
So speaking of, Adventures League, it's and it's not going away, but it is slowly suffocating under the power of its own brains. What are you asking for?
The story cards.
The story cards.
Didn't I already hand you the story cards?
The whole idea of taking away experience
No,
points
not those ones. Not
and
the clue.
treasure
The story cards.
for
Actual things we read.
random. Yeah.
Well, anyways,
I mean, that's half the fun of playing the game is getting the rich stuff, and if you can't get the rich stuff, then why bother?
well, here's what's really going to kill it is that there is no motivation for the stores to keep track of our numbers anymore.
Really?
Because they're switching over to a new system where our numbers don't count for their level. I don't know why,
Why
but
would they disincentivize that? That's strange.
at that point, I'm going to say you guys are here to play Dungeons and Dragons, and I don't care about Adventures League. Just
Well, I do like the idea that the limitations on character creation.
yep, keep any of that you want.
And I do like the idea of at least without a decent justification, not having anybody be evil in the party.
Yep,
Because it's just
you can still keep going doing Adventures League, but you can if you play a non-Adventures League module, I ain't going to care.
well, I already talked with the players and I said, look, if you want to keep track for Adventure League for yourself, you're more than welcome to. But I think it's boring for everybody, and I want to give you guys an experience like if you were playing at my house and actually finding rich stuff and cool magic items and things instead of, okay, you were here for 3 hours and...
I'm playing an Adventures League legal game. Well, it would be legal if I was playing by Adventures League rules.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm using critical hit and critical fumble cards, and you roll a nat 1 on a non-combat, a nat 20, you pull out cards there. These people are having relationships and have to occasionally roll to see if someone gets pregnant. We had a person had to roll to see whether or not she would whether or not she would have puppies because she had sex with a werewolf. But and the other person that's having the most sex, she doesn't have to roll anything because she's a paladin. So she casts remove disease on anybody that she decides she wants to have sex with first, and second, because she is an Azamar. According to the Book of Erotic Fantasy, she's 100% fertile, but it's a choice. She either chooses to be pregnant or she chooses not to be pregnant.
So what's the whole disease thing about? Because pregnancy is not a disease.
No, it's the random NPC.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So
I'd like to know what order allows paladins to just randomly frolic amok. Is she like a paladin of Aphrodite, or what's the rule?
she's half elven, and her deity doesn't have a problem with that. She did not have a chastity clause in her oath.
No, I'm not talking about chastity, but I mean,
As long as
Oh, she's also trying to improve the person that she's sleeping with. She's only sleeping with one person right now.
Oh.
And she is
so this is a project.
it's a project. She's going to make it a better gnome. It's a gnome Azamar relationship. Here.
Nice.
It's really cool. Oh yeah, his job is he trains mice.
this only gets worse.
The mice aren't allowed in the room. She's made very strict rule about that.
God.
But it is hilarious. It is kind of cool.
I'm guessing she likes the size of his nose.
I don't know. We don't go into those details.
Guys, this is a...
We do not go into
Yeah,
those
we need to dial
details.
this back a little bit. Let's go to chapter 3.
Chapter 3.
But my only point is that they actually have relationships in this thing. They actually role play, which is why they're very slow on getting to the end pangs.
I will say I'm really impressed because especially most of these, actually everybody in there, they've played like maybe 4 or 5 times total, each of the players. They're already doing the role-playing thing. They're having, they got into a big discussion about whether it's okay to torture the goblins for information because, the cleric is a good guy. And so they're actually doing really good. And I feel really lucky to have this group, especially of new players that, seem to want to stick with it. So, okay, chapter 3.
Chapter
3!
Yay!
This message
The
is brought
rescue.
to you by-
You're still not sure what's really going on in this place. You're already freaked out by that creepy stuff you saw outside the Marsden house, and the discovery of actual spirits from beyond the grave inside the house has only made you more on edge. Okay, I think we missed that part. You still...
Okay. You might be able to count the
King and
dolls
queen?
as spirits.
Okay, then...
Well, considering the housekeeper kind of showed up out of nowhere.
She was a ghost.
Okay, I figured. Okay,
I'm happy that we didn't deal with her.
you steel your nerves and remind yourself that you're not just an aspiring detective. You're a psychic investigator. You eat
time to go home.
spirits from beyond the grave for breakfast. Not really. But
Is that very filling?
Not really, but the point is you feel a surge of confidence. You can do this.
So what you're saying is that we have blueberry cereal for breakfast every morning.
Apparently.
Wheaties.
Count chocolate.
No. Always blueberry.
At any rate, you've come way too
I
far
like
to turn
chocolate.
back now.
Frankenberry.
So all you can do is hope that the depths of the house hold some insight into the mysterious nightmares
Best thing out of the
that
90s.
have plagued you for weeks and drew you to this modern architecture house of horrors in the first place. But the elevator, which all your hopes rest on, is totally trashed. The last person to use it must have really hated elevators. Based on the scratch marks on the walls, they might have had sharp claws too. A strange sensation now washes over you. Your head spins, you lose your balance, and you fall to your knees. Although you don't quite black out, you're overwhelmed by visions as your consciousness leaves your body and travels through the house's lower reaches on mind power alone. You drift downward through a meeting room full of huge shadowy figures and a laboratory stocked with equipment. Your awareness projects deeper under the estate. You finally come to a jail cell. Your mind can't penetrate to see who is inside, but a wave of anguish emits from it like heat from the sun. You sense that the person trapped inside is responsible for what you have encountered so far, and could help you with what you encounter next. Draw clue 76.
Because I haven't actually seen any of these things.
I know. I took the plastic off.
If you'd seen these cards, that would be impressive.
Chapter 3 goal. Rescue the prisoner you sense from your psychic projection. Your mind joins your body again as though swiftly snapping back into place. It takes you a moment to get your bearings. You're in your own body, in an elevator, in a spooky house that you somewhat regret ever setting foot in. You check the panel and find that all the buttons have been pried off except 2. They might be for the only active basement levels. Of course, it's also possible they're just the floors that whoever wrecked the elevator wants to lure you to. With a whoosh, the elevator doors briskly close. If you press the button for sub-basement 2, go to story card 71. If you press the button for sub-basement 3, go to story card 78.
2.
Sub-basement 1.
I say 3. That was not an option.
I say we go back home.
That's even further down. I don't think 1 would be the best option.
So we have a 2 and a 3?
2 and 3.
I say sub-basement 1.
2, 3, and a not
right.
answer.
The lower number.
3.
Okay.
What number?
3. 78.
Actually, that was a tie.
Was it?
No, because he chose 1. He doesn't count.
Yeah,
I wanted the lower number. So,
2 is the lower.
yeah, I wanted
answer.
2.
So, which one should we choose?
2.
Wait, now we're choosing 2, so we gotta change the
I didn't start reading.
What number am I going to?
2. I was choosing 3 because on
71.
the picture there was 3 lights and the third one was lit up.
Ooh.
On which picture?
And the
picture
psychic
that you didn't get to
Oh
see.
yeah, you weren't here for that. You don't have the psychic impression from the
Oh,
beginning.
you're right.
Okay, yeah.
Wait.
Alright, let's do 3 then.
Aren't we supposed to keep the psychic impressions?
No, this was
no.
the-
It's the bottom of this.
Okay, let him look real quick. 'Cause he
Okay,
didn't get a
we are
chance.
at 14 in the bottom.
That's the psychic impression we started with the game. This is the
That
dream
was your
we've been
nightmare.
having every night for a couple weeks.
Should have brought my coat in.
So here, let me time it so he gets 2
Hey, I
minutes.
didn't think it was going to be cold. Can you reach behind you?
Good. And by the time that heats up,
Oh, that's
we've gone home.
Yeah, never mind.
Okay.
I didn't realize that it was getting cold until just now. I didn't even bring a jacket.
I'm gonna go sit here behind you guys.
You want to creep?
I'm gonna creep.
Why don't you sit on the
I can
corner? Why don't you sit on the corner?
Okay, I can understand that you're seeing the third light,
Yeah.
but it's not one of
5.
3 options,
Yeah, I
and it's
know.
on a dial. It's on a dial.
No, we can't look. You
Yeah.
You can't look. You good.
you can keep looking if you want. You still got a minute.
I'm good.
Okay. Carry
I
on.
started late
Dang
before
it.
we started timing. Okay. So, is this the one that we're going to?
Sure.
Which one am I supposed to be heading to?
The die is cast.
Yeah, wait, just read it.
The elevator drops with a jerk and continues to sub basement 3.
Well,
I was pressing 2.
you're calling you a jerk?
Yes. The door opens up into a room with tables holding funnels, glass beakers, test tubes, thermometers, and safety goggles. It looks like a biochemistry lab. It's a complete wreck, just like the elevator. So you can add a biochemistry to the list of things that the vandal had a grudge against. There's a desk in the corner. Based on the pattern of stuff scattered on the floor, it appears someone was dragged away from it by force and then taken out a door and down a hall. Another door leads into a room where you can see large glass vats full of glowing blue liquid.
It's not the green ones we saw.
If you follow the path of destruction down the hallway, go to store card 86. If you enter the room with the glass vats of glowing blue liquid, go to store card 67.
Unless blue is like the pool.
I don't really want to go towards big vats of mysterious liquids.
They were in your nightmare.
Then sure.
Okay.
Yep.
67.
Okay.
Show the image.
I'm going.
I'm not very fast at this.
You're only half fast.
Shouldn't you be reading?
Do we die?
I could.
No, just guess what?
What?
You see rows and rows of glowing blue vats filled with chimpanzees in various stages of development.
Turn around!
The largest ones are as big as adult humans.
It's a big chimpanzee.
Someone is bending the laws of nature to unethical extremes down here. The vats are all plugged into a utility box on the wall.
Unplug it.
On top is a glowing cap with 3 crystals. It might be some kind of power source. Something about this crystalline cap calls to you. It feels important. From the utility box, cords and wires run into an adjoining room through a propped open door. There's also a conveyor belt that leads to an opening in the far wall. The belt is moving slowly and the motion is hypnotic. Optional challenge. Pry the crystalline cap loose.
You have an image of a mansion behind us, not the forest.
Draw clue 87 lose. Raise danger meter by 2 and you may try again.
I think it's. Isn't it your turn?
No, he rolled the 6.
No,
Didn't you?
that was him rolling to determine.
Yeah, I rolled that just to see if...
No,
which way
I
I
thought
was-
you rolled this.
I mean, did you
No, I rolled the 6.
No. You rolled the 4.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Okay.
And you lost your strength thing.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, so I'm not. Don't add anything to me.
Yay. So what do we got? Oh, we got a 3. You can do it. That's like 2 big chance. Okay, you failed.
What is it with you and 1?
It's a 1 or a 6, and there's
Okay,
no
so-
in between.
Raise the
Even when
danger
I'm
level by
DMing,
2, but we're still...
It's
yeah.
like
So,
I get
Is it try again?
It's 5.
Yep,
Yeah.
yeah, we can try again.
I'll try again. I want that shiny thing. Not getting that shiny thing.
Raised by 2.
I know. Okay, it's tougher to get now. Okay, that would have almost succeeded last time. Okay, I got a 5. It's fine.
6!
Okay, we got it.
Okay, so clue 87.
Oh, we got it.
Crystalline cap. You pry the crystalline cap from the utility box. Even unplugged, it keeps glowing. This object gives you a shiver. Your psychic senses seem to tell you this is an important item. Keep this item, move forward 3 spaces on the psychic scale.
Ooh, that's level 4.
And then we finish this card. So,
Show that picture.
yes.
Brother,
Crystalline cap. Yay.
that looks like a cool hat.
If you follow the cords, the power cords through the door, go to story card 72. If you jump on the conveyor belt to see where it goes, go to story card 82. So we can go through the doorway where the power cords are going, or we can hop on the conveyor belt.
Follow the cords.
I say chords.
Yeah.
So 72?
Conveyor belts are usually in choppy things. 72.
Or fire pits.
Or fire pits.
Yeah, fire
Or
pits.
choppy things with fire pits.
Yeah. Or sometimes
Wow.
things that glob things on top of you and then a fire pit.
Bake you into a pie. That's not working.
Come on, just focus. It's right there.
Gotta go closer.
Let's see what.
Well, now the other stuff's in focus.
Oh, come on.
Awesome.
It's some monkeys in some containers.
Yeah, there's tanks and
This room
Nice.
is filled with generators of every shape and size, and they all look extremely unsafe. In fact, one of the larger ones has a huge crack in it. Its casing, but it's still running with irregular bursts of electricity arcing from it into every nearby surface. You'd rather not get too close to it, but you'll have to if you want to investigate the door to a vault on the other side.
Vault.
The only other exit is the door
Isn't a door.
isn't a door at all, but a massive hole in the wall that leads into total darkness. As you feel around the dark for a light switch, you discover that the passageway isn't so much a hallway as a tunnel with rough walls that have been dug out of the rock and soil. If you try to get past the cracked generator to reach the vault, go to story card 68. If you take the tunnel into the darkness, go to 87.
So I'm guessing we're taking the
Vault.
Okay.
Hey, I didn't have to read 4 cards this time.
If you ever find yourself running a criminal organization, here's a great way to weed out your dumbest and least trustworthy henchmen. Put a big, tempting vault door behind a deadly piece of machinery that kills anyone who gets within 3 feet of it. And unfortunately, the trick works on young psychic investigators as well. You press your back against the far wall and try to scooch towards the vault door as safely as possible. But it's no use. 100,000 volts of electricity surge through you, and your smoldering body slumps to the floor dead. Yay! Move back 2 spaces on the psychic scale and return to story card 72.
So perhaps that was a warning against it? Apparently it was.
So we
No,
need
they
87.
should be more specific about these
Yeah, that's crispy.
things.
It's very crispy.
That was graphic.
Okay, so maybe these are doors or things we should avoid. Okay,
Okay.
important knowledge.
You can't see more than a few feet in front of you as you walk down the tunnel. So when a man's voice calls out from the darkness, you almost jump out of your skin. Hey, you! You! Freeze! What now? You're the new lab assistants, right? It's about time you got here. Do you have the briefcase? If you have clue 38, give it to the mysterious stranger by discarding it and drawing clue 62.
You're not going to find clue 38 in there.
I don't know.
If you do not have clue 38, draw clue 82.
Yeah, we both had found that last time. 31 and 30.
Oh, I know where you get the briefcase. I can't tell you, but I know where you get it.
The man spits.
Chapter 2?
Yeah, it was back in chapter 2. Upstairs.
The man spits on the tunnel floor. Was it not clear that you were supposed to meet me here with the briefcase? He says. Raise danger meter by 3. Finish story card 87.
Okay, so now we're at 6. That's fine.
Ah, bring it.
Continue on back.
Back. The man rushes down the tunnel in the direction he came from. His footsteps booming in the darkness. There's a door with iron bars built into the wall here. Looks like it could lead it to some sort of cell, or maybe a kennel. It's unlocked. If you follow the man down the tunnel, go to story card 81. If you open the cell door to see what's inside, go to story card 62.
Well, I would say the cell door, other than the fact that it's open, so the prisoner we are looking for, I wouldn't say is in there, because in our premonition we saw a closed iron door.
Yeah, let's just follow this guy. We'll probably let out another chimpanzee.
What number?
Well, which one are we doing?
I got 2 votes.
Yeah, you guys still haven't voted.
Yeah.
You guys can choose the other way.
I think the cell door.
You make some pretty decent arguments about the cell door that we are thinking of being closed already, so I say we follow the guy.
Okay.
So door. What number am I picking?
If you follow the guy, story card 81.
You find your way into a big automotive garage where dozens of unsavory characters are engaging in at least 37 different felonies.
Wow.
If nothing else, you have to admire the sheer industriousness. Hey, you're not the new lab assistant, somebody shouts. You're a trespasser. And you've seen too much, shouts another criminal.
Over that.
Criminals get into an argument about whether they should kill you with knives or drown you in a lake. The lake is too far, one criminal reminds his colleagues, so they agree with the first choice.
Dang it!
62?
Move back 2 spaces on the psychic scale and return to the previous card. And this is our glorious death.
Oh, yeah.
That's actually on the box.
Actually on the box.
So what, we've died 3 times now?
4.
You've died twice on this level alone.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
one's...
because there was the chimp with the violin. There was the
That is
The chimp?
the grave.
Gravestone, yeah.
There was the electrocution. So this is 4th.
We didn't die at all in chapter 2, did we? Or, no, we didn't.
No.
No, we actually did good on chapter 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rolling
You
6s and
slide
everything.
open the barred door. It looks much more industrial than the other rooms you've been in. The door slides shut on its own. Clang! And you hear it lock behind you. You see some kind of gated structure down the hallway. In front of you, and quickly press yourself against the wall when you realize that 2 figures are guarding it. There's also a desk on the side of the room that's out of the guard's line of sight. If you are level 3 or higher,
Still somehow.
yep, on the psychic scale, draw clue 80. Well, that's an image.
Your brain is on fire!
The sun is called back.
Pretty cool image.
Wow. So stay away from the fiery brain.
Yes.
Okay.
I got a headache.
I've got a headache.
I just took Tylenol, so it's not feeling. I got a kick in.
If you try your luck with the guards, go to story card 74. If you sneak across the room to the desk, go to story card 63.
That.
Sneaking.
Yes. Sneaky, sneaky,
I
sneaky.
was thinking the desk too, because the desk could have more clues.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You
But
make,
sneaky sneak,
you
too.
make it to the desk unnoticed. The only thing here is a fancy new computer. It's a shiny beige box underneath a monitor that glows with rows of green text and a blinking command prompt. If you can manage to break through the computer's security, you might find some useful information stored in its internal memory. Search the computer for information. If you're level 3 or higher on the psychic scale, add 1 to your roll, in addition to any sight challenge booster which we do not have. Win, draw clue 66, lose, raise danger meter by 2. After the challenge, continue below. You just rolled that 6.
Oh no! And
You just have to get a 6. It's fine.
Okay, are you allowed to
Five.
try it twice?
You're allowed to
6.
try as many times as
6.
you want, and you just have to keep raising the danger meter.
6. 6.
Grace under pressure.
66.
Yeah, you either roll a 1 or a 6. What is up with you?
Told you.
Love it.
It's
Love it.
It's always.
You're a binary.
Interesting.
It's either yes or it's a no.
Oh, okay. You can't crack the computer's security, but then you notice an index card taped to the underside of the monitor. Written on the card is banana with and symbols instead of A's. Could this be the computer's password? You try it. Boop, it works. After a few seconds of poking around in some files, you learn that there's a very important prisoner being held in cell C. Okay. I can discard that.
Cell C.
Cell C. Okay.
By the seashore.
The one way out of here is down a hall to a gate, which is guarded by 2 chimps. So they're not just normal guards, they're chimp guards. Approach the chimp guards by going to story card 74.
Chimp. So when you eventually you're going to get to a place where it's going to tell you choose A, B, or C, and now we know which one to pick.
Oh, that's probably the whites.
Yep.
Dang.
Curse you, psychic
Ouch.
visions.
The 2 guards are huge chimpanzees as tall as you are. They're walking upright, just like you are. They're wearing security guard uniforms,
Just like you are.
just like you are not.
I like a good game that makes fun of itself.
They notice this key difference. They attack. Required challenge. Battle the guards. Win. Turn over this card and continue reading. Lose. Raise the danger meter by 4 and try again.
You have to keep fighting him until you win.
No,
No, Saber?
no.
Okay. Oh, yes. Sorry.
Yeah, because we can
I'm
reset.
sorry. That was a mistake. So,
Six,
you said we need 6.
six.
Oh, it was right there, too.
Raise danger meter by 4.
That's lowered by like 7.
So just out of
No,
curiosity,
that's not
Now
danger
use the
meter.
saber.
if you had used the saber, would you have won?
No.
Because you didn't. What did
I
you
had a
get?
3. I rolled a 3.
That wouldn't have been
Four.
enough.
Added
5.
2.
Yeah.
And I needed 6.
Okay.
I'm going to use the saber.
Yes.
No, just don't get a 1.
Don't lose the saber. You guys don't have a lot of physical clues.
Nope.
6.
That's a 1. Okay, we lost our physical 6.
Oh my goodness gracious!
You can totally put that over there.
Raise danger meter by 4.
Oh, because it goes into another pile. Yeah.
Okay, you just gotta get a 5, right? That's easy.
6.
It's not a 5. Okay, we're back to 3. But we go down 2.
Oh, you're losing your psychic abilities.
We have lost many psychic abilities.
stupid chimps.
Ooh, oh, God.
6!
Once you defeat the chimpanzee guards, you find that the gate will only open with an electric keycard. If you have clue 28
Which you don't.
or 77, you open the gate. Go to story card 69. If you do not have clues 28 or 77, go to story card 88.
Dang it.
Chimps wake up and start wailing on you.
Again. Oh, man. I read the first line like an idiot.
Without that key card, you're trapped. You can't get past the gate. You can't leave the detention center through the locked front door. Just as you're about to give up, you spot a hole in the ceiling tiles, mostly obscured by shadows in the corner of the room. Go through the hole in the ceiling by drawing clue 70.
We need to increase our second power some more.
We need to get stuff.
Yeah, we
And
need
things?
to get stuff.
You left a lot of cool stuff behind. That's all I'm going to say.
All right. The hole opens up into a vertical shaft with haphazardly placed handholds like a climbing wall. You found a secret passage. Required challenge. Ascend the shaft. We have no climbing things.
Yay.
Win lower danger
we do.
meter by 1 and draw clue 81. Lose. Jeez. raise danger meter by 2 and try again. So.
I got a 3. That seems simple, right?
Yes!
Okay.
Alright.
And
Do we raise anything?
our psychic level goes. No, I'm sorry. Danger level goes down by 1.
If we fail.
If
Oh,
you-
no,
if
no,
you-
no.
no, 'cause-
Yeah, danger level we want.
And
that.
I need to get clue 81 now. So I guess I'll just put it there. You've climbed 20 feet when the handholds suddenly recede into the wall and disappear.
Oops.
This isn't any secret passage, it's a booby trap. 1. Think fast. Required challenge, avoid falling. Win lower danger meter by 1 and draw clue 78. Lose raise danger meter by 2 and try again.
3.
Yes!
3.
Okay, so our danger meter goes down by 1 and clue 78.
Yeah, this was an eyeball clue.
78.
There's no images on these, by the way.
You found a ledge, but getting onto it is going to take some serious agility.
No.
Quite
no,
a challenge.
it's-
Get on the ledge.
Come on, we just did it twice. You can do it too.
Oh, I've never seen a foot one.
Well, foot 1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Okay, lower danger. Okay, so I'll get a clue 73.
Do another challenge. You have to keep climbing now.
Alright, so we have climbing, fighting. That was a dexterity challenge with the foot.
Is it another
Perception and strength.
challenge?
Yes?
There's
It's
a
a strength
passageway
check.
carved into the stone wall here, but someone has piled a bunch of rocks to block the entrance. Cry challenge, move all the rocks. You guys know the drill.
Me all day. You can do it.
This is a strength test.
You can't do it. Okay.
Oh, you guys don't have any boosters whatsoever.
No.
Okay,
No.
raise danger meter by 2 and try again.
Okay, it's still 3. Okay, we got it.
All right.
I'm bad.
So lower the danger meter by 1 and go to clue 79.
Okay, do another challenge.
This is, if you guys end up outside,
We're just going home
Go back
after
to
that.
chapter 1.
Oh dear God.
Does it say go? Does it say go outside? No, it's another challenge.
So there's another monkey. Halfway down the passage, you find a chimpanzee sitting at a desk. He's smoking cigarettes and watching TV. He looks angry.
This
Guess
team
what
lost.
you get to do?
Fight him.
Fight him?
No. Oh yeah, actually you do fight the angry chimpanzee. Same thing.
It's just a 3. That's not
Yeah.
a 3.
Me and Dan.
So up by 2. We gotta do it again.
50% chance.
Yes.
Okay.
So it goes down by 1. And what clue is it this time?
75. I think we're gonna get all of the 70s just in this one.
Yeah.
I guess this was
You finally find yourself out, but you're dead.
Is another challenge?
It's a
Yeah.
monthly
It's
challenge.
a new animal.
Ooh.
Ooh.
It's the Doberman.
No.
Good.
You run past the chimp and right into a 10-foot. Any guesses?
Alligator.
No.
Snake.
Elephant.
10-foot elephant?
Guinea pig.
Oh, yeah.
It is adorable.
Yay!
And it can kill you.
Oh.
Now you can attack it,
Uh-huh.
sneak past it,
Uh-huh.
keep a table at it,
Wait, where do we have a table?
climb over it, or find another solution.
It's a lot of options.
So,
That means you can use any of the boosters.
which we have
don't
none
have.
of.
Oh.
So just roll.
I'm running around it.
We did it!
We did
Okay.
it. I got a 3. I never get anything in the middle.
So lower danger meter by 2
Ooh.
Ooh.
and draw clue 77 because we're apparently not out of 70s yet.
No, we're not. There is still quite a bit left.
Hey, remember, there's
go,
only 10 possible
go,
seven.
baby.
Oh, yay!
Now drop all the way down to the.
You see an access key card on the floor. You grab it and run through the doors in front of you, unsure of what is on the other side. Keep this item and go to story card 69.
Yay, we made it out.
I'm gonna read
there's no
story
image on
card
that.
69.
For the love of Mike.
No, I think you should have said for the love of monkey.
No, the monkeys don't love us.
I was quoting Toy Story because
Yes.
haunted toy chest.
You are now in a chamber with 3 prison cell doors.
See.
They're heavy
No, I don't care. Let's just use C.
iron things with small barred windows that make it difficult to see what might be inside. There's a ring of 3 keys hanging from the nail on the wall. If you choose A, if you choose B, if you choose C. So 85.
You gonna show the picture?
Oh no, I did not show the picture.
Keys.
Keys. A, B, and C.
Okay.
Dungeon keys.
Okay, here you go.
Oh, thanks.
You got the long one. Usually I did.
Someone's sleeping on the cot in cell C with a thin blanket pulled over their face. You can wake the prisoner up so you can talk to him, attack him before he can attack you, or just tiptoe out of the cell. Choose one and then continue. If you try talking to the prisoner, draw clue 67.
67.
If you attack the prisoner, proceed with a challenge on the back of this card. If you'd rather leave the cell, go to story card 69.
67.
Talk to him.
I think we should talk to him. Yes. 67.
Now we get to go through all the 60s.
He's a vampire.
Ah.
A chimp vampire.
No.
It's a chip.
You gently shake the prisoner by the shoulder. He flings the blanket from his face. It's an exhausted-looking man who's obviously relieved that someone has finally come to rescue him.
It's not a chip.
Thank you, I'm Professor Marsden, he says. Marsden, you ask? Are you related to Henry Marsden? Yes, this was the estate of my ancestor, General Marsden. But at the moment, we have more urgent things to discuss. Go to story card 90.
Here you go.
Is that the conclusion?
Yeah.
Yep.
Good, perfect timing, because we're almost out of time.
Chapter 3.
No,
Goal
we've got
achieved.
30 minutes.
Okay.
Professor Marsden looks worried. You have to help me stop my former research assistant, he says. She's twisted our scientific research for evil. So she's responsible for all these chimps, you ask? Yes, he says. But there's something bigger afoot. I'm talking about
Bigfoot.
the alien science.
The guinea pig?
Marsden says he can provide all the answers you're looking for, but you should first make sure you're prepared to leave this section of the house behind. He can give you explicit directions to important locations if you think you might have missed anything.
He needs to give us explicit directions.
Story turn. There are items in the chapter that will be useful. You can go to the biochemistry lab, raise the danger meter by 3.
Nope.
You can crawl through the air duct to the conference room. Raise
room?
Yeah. Raise the danger meter by 3. You can go to the printing press. Danger meter by 3. You can go to the generator room. Raise it by 3.
Been there, done that. Hated it. So I think we should go to the conference.
Let's speed run.
Conference room.
We were at the biochemistry lab already.
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't work
We've
out very
also
well either.
been to the generator room.
And I don't care about the printing press.
Are you sure?
Think about the maps.
I'd say we go to the conference room.
Conference room? What
Yeah.
number am I looking at?
65.
3?
Okay.
This one goes on forever.
The air duct takes you over a loud room full of what sounds like a gang of rowdy hooligans.
Chimps.
Oh, and that's how you bypass them.
Peek through a grate and discover a group of massive, savage chimps sitting at a conference room table. I've seen this commercial. Snorting and growling and beating their chests.
Hey, we've managed to not die.
A woman sits at the head of the table speaking to them, but you're too far away to hear over the chaos. There's a smaller, more rickety air duct that leads to the wall by the woman, and if you're careful, you could probably make it there to hear what she's saying. You can also see
Is it
from
my
here
turn to roll?
that
No.
the air duct you are in splits off and terminates into 2 other rooms. I don't like that word. The room is on the left is dimly lit by the glow of blue liquid in some large glass vats. The room on the right is pitch black. You
Pitch
could
black.
crawl quiet. You could crawl quietly to either and jump out. Optional challenge. Crawl through the rickety air duct to hear the woman speak. So it's an optional challenge.
And what is the thing?
If we win, we draw clue 84. If we lose, we raise the danger meter by 2 and draw clue 70.
You're not cheating, are you?
No, I'm trying to figure out who rolled those.
Oh.
I don't know. So, do we want to try and do this optional challenge?
It's me.
It sounds like
chance.
it sounds.
It's me, and I've gotten a lot of ones lately.
You've also got
So you've got it out of your system,
do
go for it.
first six.
You have nothing to
That's
lose.
exactly how statistics works. As we all
Nothing to
know.
lose except for falling through the air duct.
Okay, she did not succeed.
Okay, range danger meter by 2 and draw clue 71.
I did
Ooh,
get
it's
Fall
another-
through and are getting eaten by monkeys.
Oh, I don't mean eating them. It seems like a lot of work.
You crawl through the rickety air duct. You feel like you got this under control. Right when you're thinking about how impressed you are with you have this under control, you accidentally bang your knee against the air duct metal, which causes your head to bash against the metal, which causes your elbow to bump against the metal. Then you fall out of the duct into the conference room, landing a large pile of bananas that break your fall. Go to story card 84 instead of clue 84.
Darn.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh man, I got a book.
Book?
A book. It's the whole page.
You should have rolled better.
Yeah, that's what you get. It's all your fault.
Oh my fault. There are more than a dozen screeching chimpanzees in here, packed around a big conference table. A middle-aged woman is giving a business presentation to them using an overhead projector, and transparencies covered in colorful pie charts. "Who's there?" the woman yells. She turns to the room full of chimpanzees. "What are you waiting for? You should know what to do." These chimpanzees are giant. Not even your karate training will help you here. The choreographed movement each of the chimps produces, a long bamboo blowpipe,
No!
places a dart inside and points the pipe at you, and blows into the tube with a loud sound. You immediately feel 20 pinpricks from 20 darts, and the slow flow of poison through your system as you fall asleep forever.
Ooh, the end.
Back 2 spaces on the psychic scale and return to the previous card.
That's not going so
Oh my
fast.
goodness, we're no longer threes.
Okay, well,
Do you want to try, Riley?
I don't think. Do I want to try? I have to get a 4. If we, but we die again. Oh, if we die again, we're gonna go back to level 1.
Oh well.
But you're thinking about it like that like it's half full.
Wah wah
It's half empty.
wah.
well, just the danger meter goes up. We don't.
It's always full.
No,
It's
if we
air.
fail, we
What
fall
if it's
through
a
again and
vacuum?
we die again.
Yeah,
Then
and
the
when you,
water's
oh
not
yeah, I
gonna
forgot to
enter.
show this. This is actually kind of a cool drawing. Pew pew. Ah!
So am I rolling or not?
Roll.
Do it.
Okay,
Yay!
Yes!
84?
84.
We got a 4.
Oh, because I was on the. Yeah, okay.
I'm reading this.
No, she was reading it.
I was
Our
reading
death-
it's
our death
because-
thing.
it's
Okay,
because
whatever.
you
Okay, you
died.
crawl through the rickety air duct without breaking it or yourself, and overhear the woman lecturing the chimps on ways to improve profitability of a counterfeiting operation. The chimps are less than attentive. You crawl back up into the main vent, not sure what to think. So, we can
Dark hallway.
crawl into the room with the blue vent. And we don't want to.
Oh, that hurts.
Or you can crawl right back and jump in the pitch black room.
Pitch black.
Pitch black.
Pitch black.
Card 83.
That's hilarious. All that works
Wait,
for
it's your
nothing.
turn, right?
It is my turn, yes. This room is pitch black.
Yay!
Was I skipped?
No. He got because that was his original card.
And she read our death card, and now Riley's
okay.
reading our.
This room is pitch black.
Respawn
You can't
card.
see anything except the faintest hint of illumination coming from a door on your left and what might be a stack of boxes next to it. Feel free to fumble around for a light switch if you'd like, but you don't have to. Optional challenge: search for a light switch. Go to story card. Win. You go to story card 89. Lose. Raise danger meter by 2. After the challenge, make story choice below, or we can just make the choice now. If you go blindly through the door on the left, go to story card 66. If you blindly inspect the boxes, go to story card 75. By the way, there's a door on the left with boxes.
So if we find a light switch, what do we get?
We'll
Like,
find
another
out
clue.
when we get a different story card. We get story card 89.
If we find a light switch.
Yes.
I like the boxes.
You want to blindly search the boxes, what you're saying, without looking for the light switch?
Yeah.
I say we look for the light
I
switch.
say
Light switch.
Yes! 89.
And now you wish you couldn't see.
Oh,
It's Medusa!
dang it.
It's a chip Medusa.
It's a Jim Medusa.
Chimzusa.
No, it's Medusa with a bunch of chimp heads on it.
Instead of snakes, they're chimps
Yeah.
hanging off her hair.
You find the switch, and with the lights on, you see that you're in a small, cramped laboratory. Jars and beakers full of mysterious liquid cover every flat surface. You're lucky you didn't stick your hands in a jar of acid or worse while searching for the lights. Now you can clearly see the door and the stack of boxes. Also, you can see a ladder hanging down from a trap door in the ceiling. Unfortunately, the lowest rungs are missing, so there's no way to climb it. If only you had something like a wooden dowel that fits into the ladder.
Who broke the dowel?
If you have clue 23, use it to climb the ladder.
Dang it.
Go to story card 80. You try the door on your left. Go to story card 66. If you dig through the stack of boxes, go to story card 75.
75?
Stack of boxes.
I'll take the
Boxes.
boxes.
It's going to drive me nuts that we don't know what's in the
Attic.
The moment
No.
you touch one of the boxes,
Did we die?
the entire pile collapses and you
Wow.
lose your balance, tumbling into an adjacent room. All the boxes were empty. Darn it. Someone went to a lot of trouble to hide this chamber, but seeing as you found it completely by accident, they clearly did a terrible job. This appears to be some sort of workshop. There's no one in here now, but a large egg-shaped vehicle takes up most of the room.
I'm trying to keep that away from
You
Well,
can't tell if it's a boat
It's not,
or if it flies.
it's not a truck.
It looks like someone is repairing it.
truck keys.
There seems to be a lot of commotion coming from a garage. There's also a door that looks like some sort of jail cell. Maybe an animal pen?
Is it open?
Optional challenge: search the egg ship. If you have level if you have level 2 psychic or higher, add 1 to your roll in addition to any challenge booster, which we don't have. If we win, we can draw a clue. 61. If we lose, we raise our danger meter by 3, and it doesn't look like we can try again, apparently.
Go for it.
Yeah, why not?
You've been more lucky than the rest of
Yeah,
us.
you just gotta
And
get
you get a
3.
bonus.
Get a 3.
Oh, yeah, all I need is a 3, so okay.
That's fine. And
I got
it.
3.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, so we get clue 61.
Ooh,
Thank goodness you didn't lose too much psychic.
So
You
I'm
did lose a
going to
lot,
go out
but
on a
you're
limb
already
and
up
guess
there.
we probably shouldn't check out the noisy garage when we get done with this clue. Just saying.
no, we definitely should not.
Alien notebook.
Ooh.
I thought you were going to fly out of here with those keys.
You see symbols on the vehicle's control panels and a notebook with these same symbols. Someone has scrawled translations in the margins. Keep this item moved forward 1 space in the psychic scale, and then finish story card 75. So, we know what happens in the garage, so let's go to the
Have a
jail
fun
door, which
thing.
is story card 62.
What happens in the garage?
We get
We get murdered by knife.
Oh, you
Oh
got
yeah,
that
we've already done 62, so we're going back through that loop.
It's okay.
That's what happens.
At least story card 62 doesn't kill us.
Okay, you and me will go through this real quick. 80. You slide open the barred door. It looks more industrial than the others. You hear a clang. There's a desk and guards. If you were level 3 or higher, oh no, you gotta draw that. So do we sneak to, do you try to look with the guards, which is probably yes, which is 74.
Do we have to fight them again?
Yeah.
We already beat them.
Well, they came back.
Why would they do
The
that?
2 guards are
Show 'em.
chimpanzees, blah blah blah. Fight.
No, he just fought. It's your turn to
I
fight.
optionally challenged.
That's a fail.
Okay, you two.
What do we lose?
Danger meter by 4.
Oh my
Lord.
gosh.
1, 2, 3, 4. Now we can win!
Okay.
6!
Yeah.
6!
Gotcha.
6!
Pressure's on.
No 6.
Oh.
Oh, hey, you know what that means? That's not what that does.
You're gonna lose all your psychic
Mhm.
abilities.
Yeah, it's because we have to freaking fight these. This is where we lost our second
5.
abilities last time, was the
Okay.
monkeys.
Okay, that works.
Turn over this card and continue reading. Blah, blah, blah. You have clue. Oh, we do have a clue.
We do have the clue, so we can open the door this time instead of going through that 5
Okay,
train.
so we have clue. Which clue? We have 77.
Yeah.
Yes.
Open the gate and go in story card 69, which we've already read.
Please, can we go to C? Ooh, I want to go to a different cell.
Which cell do we want to go to?
See.
Well,
You
C
sure?
is the end. Let's try A.
Yeah,
that's,
I'm with
that's
A.
what I was thinking. I'm like, why would we... Okay, we're going to A. Which one is that?
A is 77, which I think is in this
You might as well keep the C card available.
That's where the
Yeah.
werewolf vampire chimpanzee is.
Oh, no.
pile.
What's the worst that can
Ooh,
happen?
can we attack him when we go to C? Do we get... Oh, that's a challenge. It's fine.
No, but do you see what's in the bed?
It's a chimpanzee.
It's a chimpanzee. Yeah.
There is a sleeping figure in cell A, curled up with his back towards you. You can wake up the prisoner and try talking to him. Attempt to subdue him before he gets the opportunity to attack you, or just leave.
Just leave.
Just leave.
Are you sure you don't want to attack him?
Sure. We are attacking. We're just doing him. I want to...
You might have a clue.
You might have a clue.
In a jail cell?
Yeah.
Why not? If you're on his neck,
That doesn't mean that...
you can magic banana.
No, I just...
We can talk to him, or we can challenge
It's a
him.
chimp.
Or we can walk out.
I say knock him out while he's sleeping.
I'm gonna say subdue.
Clonk him.
Okay, I guess we're doing
Clonk him with that thing that looks like a lightsaber.
Large metal rod. Like, can we use the large metal rod to...
Yeah.
Challenge. Okay.
Yeah, okay, we got it.
Okay. Attacking the prisoner. Draw clue 64.
And don't forget to show the picture.
Oh yeah. This is the picture of the chimp. 64. We get a candy bar.
Candy bars heal.
After
Talk
giving
about
the
negative
prisoner a
reinforcement.
good thrashing, you find a candy bar in his bunk. It's filled with caramely, nuggety, peanutty goodness. Discard at any time to lower your danger meter by 4. Keep this item. Finish 77. That's why I didn't put that away.
Sorry.
You can go to cell B or C.
B.
B is 73.
Ooh.
Here, you can read that one.
Sweet. Oh my gosh.
Oh, no.
Selby is empty. Search all you want. There's nothing here. Okay, do you want to go to cell A or cell C?
C.
Okay.
Wow.
Look at how short that is.
Which one is it?
It's 85.
Oh, that's this one, right? Yeah.
No, because we have to. See, we can knock Marsden out.
Okay.
No.
Do we want to knock Marsden out?
No.
Okay.
All right. Attack the prisoner.
We're not attacking him.
Okay. Talking to the prisoner.
Uh-huh. It's the success one.
Oh yeah. If you try talking to the prisoner, clue 67.
Which we drew.
What happens if you kill Marston before you...
Well, we don't kill him. We just subdue him.
Mm-hmm.
You only check the prisoner. He tells you he's Marsden. 90,
90.
which is that.
Okay. So
And it's 8:51, so we can call it.
So we can go to chapter 4. Yeah.
yay.
Or what's that last option?
Generator room.
Yeah, no.
Printing
no,
press
it's a
is the
printing-
only
The printing
room.
press.
Oh, yeah.
So through that trouble, we got an alien notebook, a candy bar, and then we lost some more psychic skill.
At least we're level 2, so we can pass some stuff.
Mhm.
Okay.
I still say I want to go see what's in the printing press.
Well,
Well, I guess you guys will have to come back for when we go back through it with the
are we starting over?
Yes,
Yes.
because the audience decides.
audience, and that will be
Because
on
we don't have an
Friday.
audience now, There won't be any spoilers.
Aha!
That'll be on Friday at what time?
8.
8 o'clock.
Not
8 o'clock?
tomorrow.
It's Friday,
April
April
something.
5th.
Oh, Friday,
April
April
It'll be from 8 to 11.
And we'll go through probably 2 or so.
Well, that's 3 hours, so we might get through 3, but we'll at least get 2, and then we'll try again the week after.
Thank you for watching.
Please come again.
Did you guys have fun?
Yeah.
Oh heck yes. Are we George?
George of the Jungle.
Mhm.
Watch out for that tree.
Watch out for those chimps.
It was the best movie that I can't remember his name has been in because all I can
Brendan
think of is
Fraser?
live action George.
Brendan Fraser?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I liked his mummy movies.
Oh, that was pretty good. But I think that he was meant for George. Lovable and dumb is his go-to.
Like Airheads?
I like Encino Man better.
It was funny.
I preferred him in Airheads.
I'm going to still stick with the mummy as my favorite Brendan Fraser.
He was meant to do lovable dumb.
All right, so while you guys clean up, I'm going to check and see if Hawk's still alive.
Probably not.
Don't forget, go ahead and stop the streams and all that other stuff.
Should we say bye
All right,
first?
let's say goodbye.
Yeah, let's say goodbye. Let's
Again, I am John Wilker, Vice President of RPG Research. We have been playing The House of Danger, a choose-your-own-adventure board game. And we will be, as we said, we'll be back on the 5th for this game, but regular scheduled events as presented. If you don't know what it is, go to rpgschedule.com and find out what we've got going. And Danielle, would you like to say goodbye?
bye.
Peace out. I'm Riley. I never introduced myself.
I'm Daniel.
I'm Shane. Thanks for playing. Go Zags.
Dream well, everyone.
I feel like we're missing a clue here. There's no bueno.
No bueno if you missed no clues, no?
No bueno.
bueno.